All right, so we're recording.
I don't think Gerald is a little green man, but
I told him to put a picture on his self. Okay, here comes Kevin.
well,
So I want to put Kevin. Do you see Mike Wolf showed up?
Wow. Hey, Mike.
and
Hey, look
and
at that.
he's got the whatchamacallit behind him too.
But his arm isn't in the air. I hardly recognize him.
Uh,
Yeah.
There you go.
all right, so here we are. We are at a new year. I want you to know this has been very exciting, and Mono's here too. Hi, Mono. I haven't seen you since last night. So
Oh, you're muted.
yeah. Oh, so it's great. It's great to see you all. I am not Joanne. I just have not changed my Facebook page, my Zoom thing from the Sting today. If you stay later, if I feel up to it, we can talk about the Sting that happened today, Operation Banana Cream Pie. It had a result that nobody anticipated. It was wild. So, anyway,
They
we'll
stung you.
we'll pass on that for the moment. You weren't there, Kevin. So some people did watch what happened. We did live stream it in a place where people could watch it if they wanted to. So we have Gerald apparently has been here before and welcome. He's going to put a picture of himself up in there. I think everybody but Jamie and Kevin I have seen in person in the last year. This is wild.
Gotta come here.
Well,
Hop on.
have a skeptic camp and
Yeah. Yeah.
but I think everybody else I've visited and spent. Oh, and I've met Mike. Mike
You
Wolf.
haven't seen me, but I'm kind of a recluse. That's okay.
Well, you're going to be. I should be seeing you in Oregon if they do a skeptic camp. So I should say I've seen you in person, or I will be seeing you in person
Oh,
later this year. What I
so
should.
you're talking about the timeline that goes in both directions. Okay.
Yeah, that one. That just we just
The
make.
arrow of time points both ways. You're talking.
In the
Okay.
future, she will have already met you.
Yeah. Right.
So
When is the
anyway,
Buffalo thing?
that's in 2026.
Yeah, that's probably when I'll meet you.
Okay. Unless we can get something happening in your area.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it might make you do it. So
Oh, I see. Don't know
don't
what.
be
I
careful.
could.
You just
No.
said that'd be good. You just stepped into the bear trap, Kevin.
I stepped in a
You
bear
have to gnaw
trap.
your leg off to avoid doing it now.
You know it's Susan, so you better be careful. So what we're going to do tonight is this is the first game of our new year. So we have done 5 years of trivia every Thursday night for 5 years, never missing one. This is game 272, 272. So what we're going to do is just our normal game, but we have Stephen Hupp here. We have this luminary in the skeptical community. Stephen Hupp, who runs Skeptical Inquirer magazine. He's the one who publishes I just painted my nails. He publishes Skeptical Inquirer magazine.
Editor.
I normally don't paint my nails, but I'm trying to just be a little more girly. And he's going to be the executive director for Committee for Skeptical Inquirer really soon. He wanted to see what it is that happens in this trivia stuff because every time he's around, and I'm around or Karl's around or Ben's around, we just won't shut up about trivia. So he decided to come and see what's going on. So be on your best behavior, you guys.
Excellent, Smithers. Excellent.
And anyway, so we're leading off the game tonight with Karl, followed by Peggy, then Gail, and Rob. You have bonus, and you know that, right? And everybody has the powers that they're supposed to have. Now let's go for a game for our team names, which is one of the best parts of the whole game. I try to tell them I don't want to talk politics. I'm sick to death of politics, but they always try to sneak something in somewhere just to be annoying because with a team name or something. So I assume that's what's going to happen. So Jamie, Karl, Alan, Romero, and Faith, what is your team name tonight?
Jewish people join the LA protests by throwing Mazel Tov cocktails.
That was the best you could come up with?
Oh, I have five
Not
more.
bad. Mazel tov.
He snuck one in.
All right. Avi, James,
What we good
Robin,
for.
Peggy, Mike Wolf, what do you got for me tonight?
We're all right. Team names, guys. Focus.
What were you guys talking about instead of coming up with your team name?
What are you talking about? We came up with a team name.
That is not a team name.
Focus.
Ben, Gail, Gerald, Paulina, Vincent, and Kevin. What's your winning team name tonight?
Yeah, it's also political. Whoops, I just did the wrong thing. Let me do it again. Here it is. There are three. There are silent K's in Knight and Knickerbocker, but 3 in Republican.
That's right.
Oh, you guys are awful. Brandy, Kyle, Mono, Paul C, Rob, Stephen, Hupp.
We have wars and rumors of wars. The end times are now really nigh.
I don't see it in the chat. So
Are they Bill Nye?
Oh, there it goes.
So,
Wars
by
and
the way,
rumors of wars. The end
Susan,
times are now really nigh.
I am not a co-host.
Okay, I'll do it. How does Bill Nye feel about that, you think? And this is the only way we get to see Karl with a K has a face. Because he always in profile, so this is the only time we can see him. All right.
The only way you know I'm not Two-Face from Batman.
Okay, so to be honest with you, Stephen, I have no idea what the categories are, and I'm not ethical or anything, but I have no idea what the categories are that are coming up. They could all be the same category. So far, that really has never happened, but nobody has coordinated with anybody about what the categories are going to be tonight or the questions. So don't say anything. Don't type it in the chat. Don't ask questions. Wait till you get into your room, and then that's where you guys are going to discuss your answers, and then we're good to go. Karl, you're up.
All right. Disastrous M&A Mania. The worst mergers and acquisitions in corporate history, and some others bound to end up no better. Question 1. In 1976, Warner Communications purchased this electronics entertainment company. Bad decisions, overproduction, and poor sales. Oh, crap. Well, I just ruined that question. That
Did you put
question's
the
no
answer in
good.
there?
3 point.
Dang, Karl, I just learned that one like a month ago.
Wait a second.
Made an editing mistake.
Forget
What
to
happens when you
take the
close your round at the
question
last
out.
minute?
Fill in the blank.
Mistakes.
Fill in the blank.
You know what? That's not fair because I would have known the answer to that one.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
we
it's
all
a
know
trick
that.
question.
We'll give you an extra
Alright.
point then.
It's so
Maybe
obvious.
it's a trick
now.
We would have
question.
all
We should
known
do
the
it.
answer to that one.
Okay,
Susan.
so the new question 1 is
Just take out the word Atari.
That's not even.
No, just
I hope
repeat that
so.
about a month from now, and
what was
no one
Jack's
will know.
previous company? Atari
Oh.
lost money.
Oh.
Warner sold the company to Jack Tramiel in 1984.
Don't say anything.
Okay. I know this.
All right.
That wasn't even Warner's worst merger.
Hold on. Don't say anything. In 2000, this company purchased Time Warner to form a new combined company. Many of the expected synergies never materialized, as most Time Warner Entertainment divisions were considered independent fiefs that rarely cooperated prior to the merger, and nothing changed after the merger. 2 years later, the value of the new combined company had fallen more than 90%. Jeff Bukes, who eventually became CEO of Time Warner in 2008, described this 2001 merger as the biggest mistake in corporate history. And if that's not the one you were thinking of, Mike, hold on. In 2018, this company finalized its purchase of Time Warner. In August 2020, the company had a significant restructuring, laying off around 800 employees, including 600 from Warner and 150 plus from HBO. They didn't get the message to stay away from Warner-related acquisitions. And if that's not the one you were thinking of, Mike. In 2021, the answer to the previous question spun off Warner Mania and merged it with this company. The new company merged HBO Max and their other streaming services into Max, which they are now in the process of rebranding back to HBO Max.
Know that?
So what is the question for number 4?
What's the name of this company?
Merge it with this
that
company.
that
Okay.
Warner Media got spun off to.
No, and merged it with okay.
with this company, yes. Number 5. The original Chrysler Corporation was founded in 1925 by Walter Chrysler from the remains of the Maxwell Motor Company. In 1998, it merged with this company. In 2007, the answer to the previous question sold off the hellish dog of a company that is Chrysler to this American private equity firm. The answer to this question is also the name of an anthropocentric group advocating militarism and a humanity-first supremacist agenda founded and led by the elusive man voiced by Martin Sheen in the video game series Mass Effect. Number 7. In 2009, Chrysler went through a bankruptcy and was reformed as a new company, Chrysler Group LLC. In 2014, the new Chrysler was purchased by and merged with this company by more than just an arbitrary declaration. In 2021, the new company that Chrysler was merged into in the previous question was purchased by this French company. Number 9. In 2018, this company completed its acquisition of Monsanto, owing to the massive financial and reputational blows caused by ongoing litigation concerning Monsanto's herbicide, Roundup. The merger is considered one of the worst corporate mergers in history. The merger gave the acquiring company a massive headache. And finally, number 10. In 2008, when this company acquired control over mortgage lender Countrywide Financial for $4 billion, it seemed like a bargain and a seamless way to expand the business. Unfortunately, their efforts failed miserably when the housing bubble burst that same year. This led to this company ultimately paying nearly $40 billion in total in fines and real estate losses, resulting from Countrywide's lending practices. The merger turned out to be one of the worst corporate mergers ever. The Wall Street Journal described it as the worst deal in the history of American finance.
I have a question.
Yes?
What's an M&A?
Merger and acquisition.
Okay.
It is business speak.
I'm ready.
All right. Go forth and break out.
Kevin, you're going to go into room
3.
3.
Okay, they own Commodore, but I think they had
It's Texas Instruments, isn't it?
no,
Probably
because
go for TI. That makes sense.
they own Commodore, and then they formed the Trammell Company, but dropped the I, so they wouldn't be mispronounced. I remember that, so I don't know if it's Commodore.
And Warner sold the company, targeted division company. Targeted division of this company, Jack Mill. Oh, he misspelled previous, Previ.
Yeah, he misspoke previous, but his
Previous company.
yeah, I would say it's Commodore. They owned Commodore.
And so Commodore would have nothing to do with a bad decision. It's just he came up with a question to ask because
because he put Atari in there.
Okay.
I
think you're right. It's Commodore, but they did have he had something to do with Texas Instruments.
TI.
Yeah, but I think they owned Commodore before, and then they sold it, and he formed the Trammell Company, and then that's when they bought Atari, but they owned Commodore before that.
I think you're right.
Okay. Number 2. When did Time Warner? When did Comcast buy Time Warner?
That was going to be my guess, and I think it was probably maybe around that time.
Yeah, Comcast.
I think it was Comcast.
Is that a bad move?
Yeah. In 2018, company final. So who bought them after? I thought Comcast still owns Time Warner.
I don't know.
I don't know. Sony? Let's see. This company finalized its purchase. I thought it was still Comcast. Maybe I'm wrong.
Could the answer to
Oh.
3 be Comcast and then 2 is something else?
Didn't Ted Turner have something to do with Time Warner?
Turner Broadcasting, or
Yeah.
could it be Turner had?
Oh, okay. I get what he's saying. In 2001, the answer to the previous question spun off Warner Media and merged with its own company. Because I know HBO and Discovery merged together.
Yeah.
And then they became Max after they split. So, let's see. I think it's Discovery. So that means that's not the answer to number 4.
Okay.
So the answer to number 3 is what?
I'm not so sure. It's either,
Discovery Plus or whatever it is.
well, the company. So who purchased Time Warner after Comcast?
I don't know. Because I know
Number-
Discovery, I think after they, let's see. I have no idea. Let's go to the next one. We can come back.
Okay.
5.
Mm-hmm.
5. Let's see. 1998. It was Mercedes-Benz.
Was it?
Chrysler was purchased by Mercedes that dumped them very soon after, like only 2 years. So is someone taking notes?
Yeah, I am. So
So I
that's
think
great.
number 5 is Mercedes. It was a very short-lived. It was a disaster. Then number
Okay.
6. Let's see. Oh, I don't. So American Equity for I don't know.
Humanity First Supremacist Agenda? What the hell is Humanity First
I don't know.
Supremacist Agenda?
I have no idea. Number 6.
Why would you have a supremacist agenda, but you said humanity first? I know none of these things don't make sense to me.
I know.
If you haven't played the video game, you just ignore the second half of the question and focus on the first half of the question.
Sold off
So we're number 6. Okay.
American private equity firm. What's the name of a private equity firm?
Equinox or
I have
Charles Schwab.
no. Charles Schwab is a banking company.
Fidelity. Merrill Lynch.
I don't know.
JP Morgan.
JP Morgan. Well, that's Chase.
JP Morgan.
Yeah.
Chase. I don't know. Number 7 is could that be Fiat? Chrysler was absorbed by Fiat.
Okay, then let's go with that.
So I think number 7 is Fiat. And then number 8, they became Stellantis.
How do you spell that?
Stellantis, Stellantis. Stellantis. Now they're Stellantis. And they own, I think, Peugeot, Fiat, and Peugeot.
That would make sense because I think Fiats and Peugeots look very similar.
Okay, so what company completed his acquisition of Monsanto?
Could it be Bayer?
How about Procter and Gamble?
No, I think it's Bayer.
Bayer makes sense. Bayer,
Yeah,
that makes
because
sense.
Bayer makes headache medication. That's the hint.
Oh.
Well, Bayer, yeah.
Bayer makes headache medicine.
Yeah. And Bayer's the biggest.
He's
producer.
clever.
That's good.
And number 10 is Bank of America.
That makes sense.
Yeah, go back to number 6.
You sure it was Wells Fargo?
Nope, it was Wells Fargo. Is that what Wells Fargo used to be? Wachovia. That was that merger.
Okay. Yeah, Bank of America makes sense. Number 6. Oh yeah, a private equity firm. What's a big equity firm? JP Morgan? I can't believe that they bought Chrysler.
What's his face? That guy who's the billionaire who
Trump?
No, the real billionaire, the guy who lives in Lincoln, Nebraska, started with a furniture company, worked with Bill Gates to start that foundation to give away most of your money. Who just decided to retire recently. His name is single guy. Well, not single, but come on.
Private equity.
It says it's also the name of a group advocating militarism.
I don't think it, I think it, Vanguard. Vanguard.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Why Vanguard?
Because Vanguard's a private equity company, and I think Vanguard.
That makes sense.
It's Vanguard something else in the
Yeah,
game.
and I lost a. That makes sense. No, Vanguard makes sense. I lost a fortune with
And
Vanguard.
I think I remember the one. So go back to number 3.
The 6 of Vanguard. That makes sense.
Yeah. So Discovery is the answer for number 4, because remember when Time Warner and AT&T merged? Mm-hmm. Because they were trying
6
to.
is Vanguard.
Yeah, 6 is Vanguard and 3 is AT&T.
Oh, AT&T. Oh, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's very good.
She's young. Her brain is still good.
Well, also too, remember this is like when I was in college. I don't know about the stuff, but yeah, Bayer headache medication.
Well, Bayer is the biggest manufacturer of like fertilizers and weed killers in Asia. So Bayer, that's what they're known
And
for.
Monsanto is not evil. Oh,
No, it's not.
I mean, they're evil in their business practice, but Roundup is actually good.
It's
They're not even that evil in their business
It doesn't
practice.
hurt pollinators.
They're a what is it called?
Glyphosate,
Glyphosate.
glyphosate, whatever you want to call it.
Glyphosate, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I just need more bees in my
They're
yard.
like, oh well, that's Roundup. I said, well, what do you got against whatever the word is? I can't remember.
Glyphosate.
Glyphosate.
Glyphosates. And they're like, what? Like, well, if you don't know what that is, then why?
So I didn't know HBO was going back to from Max.
I know. I saw. I was looking at
Well,
that.
and now the app's gonna have to. Well, we're gonna still have the same content. We're just gonna have to download the HBO app and get rid of the Max.
Well, why don't they
What to do after the merger?
I like Max.
We had right here. We had the HBO.
You guys done?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
We have, and this is the crazy thing. We got HBO for free because it's part of AT&T Uverse.
I get it for free. That's true. I also do.
Yeah, we get it. We get it because it's bundled in with the internet.
They're not going to change it.
Actually, we do too.
See? So they're still technically slightly merged.
I only watch like one movie a year, but
Oh God, they have so many good TV shows. Last of Us, all the Studio Ghibli films. I like to watch those when I need to feel better. Yeah. Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away are my favorite movies
They
to
have
watch when I need better.
the rest of us.
No, The Last of Us. They have the Gilded Age is on Amazon, right? And they're doing a Harry Potter series. I think what else?
The
Oh,
then you should watch the Faith. Did you watch the White Lotus on Max?
I have not watched that yet.
Oh, you guys should
It's
see
on
it.
it's on my bucket list to watch with everything else.
It was filmed only a couple blocks away from our house.
Cool. I was trying to get through The Sopranos recently,
Oh,
but I stopped. So
The White Lotus. It was actually very good. You should watch The White Lotus. It was done very well.
is it all complete? Like,
Yeah. Now you
Good.
can binge watch the whole thing.
good.
It'll go fast. It's actually very good.
Succession was another one that we watched on HBO.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think it was Succession.
It was good. So some of our friends were extras in the filming. They were advertising for extras.
is it? Sorry.
That's okay.
Definitely see it. Okay, I think we did pretty well.
You guys aced it.
Maybe.
No, you got it. Okay, so just FYI, Karen is teamless. So if you'd like to have Karen on your team, you need to come in with the lowest score. So when you're reporting your scores, keep that in mind, right? It's a strategy. You know you want Karen. So
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have to use that strategy to get a low score.
Karen, I should not have had 2 pieces of banana cream pie. I feel bleh. I gave it to her to take home. Too much. All right, you're up.
All right, here we go. Disastrous M&A Mania. The revised answer to number 1 is Commodore Computer.
Yay.
Can we just put Commodore? Is that okay?
That's fine.
We just put computer. Is that fine?
No.
We put
Number
we put
2
Jamil's Leonard's
is
dad's
America
name.
Online.
Oh, number 2.
Oh, we screwed up. Faith.
Really?
Thank you,
AOL?
Paula.
Yeah,
And Jamie.
good call, Kevin, that we
Oh, I thought
reversed.
it was-
Oh, so that was the right question. I thought that
Yeah,
was
we
And-
reversing it was correct.
Oh,
And-
okay, cool.
And now I realize I should have wrten a different hint for number 3. Instead of saying they didn't get the message, I should have said they made the wrong call on this merger.
Yes.
AT&T is number 3. Number 4 is Discovery or Discovery Inc. Or I'd accept Discovery Channel.
Oh, we got that one wrong.
Number 5 is Daimler-Benz.
Mercedes, same thing.
No.
Well, Mercedes
was-
is a brand of cars sold by the Daimler-Benz Corporation. That's
So
not the name of the company. The name of the
Correct.
company is Daimler-Benz.
Oh,
So wrong. Wrongy Miss McWrong face.
In the same way that Chevrolet is a brand name of General Motors.
You're not helping your team, Carl.
I know. 6, Cerberus Capital Management. If anyone picked up the Hellhound, Hellish Dog.
That's
reference.
another name of a hell dog, not other than Hellhound.
I was all
Would
in on the
have, of
Mass
course,
Effect
just
part, Carl,
Cerberus.
so I was good.
Or Carl,
Heard of
Carl.
it.
Yeah,
We just
Ben
said-
nailed that one. I never would have got this one. Never.
We
I didn't
said
know
so-
what you guys.
we
I didn't
just said-
understand the question.
We just said Cerberus. Is that good?
That's fine.
Shit.
Number 7, Fiat.
Oh,
I like the hint for this
That's
one.
right.
Good
Yeah.
job, Jamie.
And then number 8, Peugeot, or I will also accept the PSA Group.
Yep.
oh, I
Number
thought that was
9.
no.
Bayer. And finally, number 10, Bank of America bought
Oh, it was
Countrywide
B&A.
Financial.
Ooh.
Man.
Wow. We might get Karen.
Yeah, we might get Karen.
You might get-
No, we're all
Might get
fighting over Karen.
Well, who reports first? You guys
Well,
can.
I make the decision in the end. So, all right.
It all depends who reports first. How bad you want Karen? The last person to report. They could have got a 10, but they're going to settle for 1.
Okay, so we have scores, and the scores are wars and rumors of wars. The end times are now really nigh.
You had to call on us first. So I got to be honest. We got 5.
Oh,
Okay. There are silent K's in Knight and Knickerbocker, but 3 in Republican.
We also got 5.
Oh, Susan's just happy.
Four-way tie for 5.
All right, team names, guys. Focus.
You got 6.
You are not getting Karen. Jewish people joined the LA protests by throwing Mazel Tov cocktails.
We got 7.
You're definitely not getting Karen.
We might have got 4.
Okay, so Karen. 1,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm putting you on the 4th team because I just put. Wait, why did I just do that?
Yeah, we have somebody who leaves early though.
Yeah, looking to see
Somebody
who's-
else came in while you were talking before you gave the scores.
That was Paula. I mean Karen, wasn't it?
No, but after Karen, somebody else came in, I think.
Yeah, you added me to a team. I think it was
Paula.
team 4.
Paula's in 4.
And I just had to
Okay,
rejoin.
1, 2,
to
yeah.
get my audio.
Gerald.
But I got you, Gerald. You're okay. Okay,
Susan,
so
I'm
you're
looking at
leader.
the spreadsheet and I don't see your numbers, and I just refreshed it. What's going on?
It says it's too large to be edited offline. Go online to resume editing. This is a mass. We're on year 6. We're on
Also, Google has been having apparently widespread outages today, so there's a lot of issues with Google's.
Karen, you're going to go on team 3 because there's 2 people on there who usually
You Google that information, Javi?
No, I got it from
Karen.
yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't want to let me edit. Okay. So your average score is 5.8. Good job. Gail, no, not Gail. I'm sorry. It is Peggy. Let's see your PowerPoint.
Not
People
yet.
have learned to become the best PowerPoint people.
You got to work for that.
Okay, all right.
All right, tonight's category is, I'm putting in the chat here, it has a definition, kitsch art, variously defined, but general agreement that it is a lowbrow style of mass-produced art, or shows garish sentimentality, sometimes appreciated in an ironic or knowing way. I'm going to go get you a couple questions. I'll be back.
I didn't know that's how you spell quiche.
That's not quiche, that's kitsch.
Quiche Lorraine.
Quiche
art is a narrow subset of kitsch art.
Malapropism.
I still can't get my.
Stop talking about quiche. He already wants to make banana cream pie and looking up recipes over here.
Over here, I've got 2 pieces left. I just can't see.
It was so delicious. It looked beautiful. All right, guys, number 1. In 1957, a 21-year-old art school graduate named Don Featherstone created his second design for the Massachusetts-based, misspelled apologies to Massachusetts, lawn and garden manufacturer Union Products. These kitschy items became extremely popular. John Waters made a film in 1972 with this title. Number 2, these kitschy artworks are found at kids' birthday parties and fairs. They were pioneered by Herman Bonnert in the late 1930s. Bonnert initially made them at magicians' conventions. Highbrow artist Jeff Koons created a 10-foot tall version that sold for $58.4 million in 2013. Kitsch is in the eye of the beholder. Okay, we're coming back with 2 new ones. Are you in there? Can you see it? No, you can't see it yet. Can you? I think, oh, I took too many. Sorry. I'm going to have to do these 2 separately. Number 3, Margaret Keane is known as the creator of these paintings, which have been described by one critic as being infused with such appalling sentimentality that this product has become synonymous among critics as the definition of tasteless hack work. Keene's husband took credit for her paintings for years. She was forced to take him to court and won a verdict of $4 million after the court conducted a paint-off in which her husband refused to participate. Tim Burton made a movie. Just describe that style of art. Sorry, I'm have to go back and forth here, but okay, that was 3.
No, I really want to see that movie.
Well, you know she's going to have a beautiful PowerPoint after, so.
But not the movie. I don't want to step on Tim Burton's toes.
You know, he might get a little upset. Maybe he'd come to trivia.
Number 4, Cassius Marcellus Coolidge was an American artist who created a series of 9 paintings between 1903 and 1910, depicting a common theme and group activities with unexpected participants. He painted other similar images depicting similar subjects engaging in different activities. These much-produced images were described by a critic as indelibly burned into the American collective schlock subconscious through incessant reproduction on all matter of pop ephemera. These images are really the poster children for kitsch. Name the subject of these artworks.
Wow.
My clues are long this week, I'm sorry. I know that because I'm having to do one at a time.
They're interesting and entertaining, though.
Oh, here's Deborah.
Number 5, this American painter and illustrator lived from 1894 to 1978. He had enormous popular appeal, largely based on his magazine covers created over 5 decades, mostly showing iconic images of American culture. He produced more than 4,000 original works in his lifetime. He is not considered a serious painter by most contemporary artists who regard his work as bourgeois and kitsch. He illustrated for Boys Life magazine for many years, in addition to other very popular magazines. All right. Number 6 is coming up. Come on, 6. I think after this one, I can do 2 at a time.
Deborah, I'm sending you all the messages right now.
Number 6, this artist from 1958 to 2012,
Thank you.
this man, painted pastoral and idyllic subjects. He mass-marketed printed reproductions of his work and claimed at one time that 1 in 20 American homes owned a copy of his works. He described himself as painter of light and claimed that he painted for the Lord. This is a Joan Didion quote that I really liked. A blank painting, that's his name, was typically rendered in slightly surreal pastels. It typically featured a cottage or a house of such insistent coziness as to seem actually sinister, suggestive of a trap designed to attract Hansel and Gretel. Every window was lit to lurid effect, as if the interior of the structure might be on fire.
That's quiche. Okay, I know what the term means.
Quiche.
Kitsch.
Lorraine, yeah.
Kitsch.
Like kitchen, only without the N.
Okay, number 7. These artworks were painted on a medium popular with artists on the streets of Tijuana. They were at the height of their popularity in the 1970s. Casey Musgraves wrote a song with this title. Weird Al wrote a song with his title in 1988. His song references other classic kitsch items and includes the lines, "He's so fuzzy, he's so great, never ages, never puts on weight." Number 8. These items of kitsch art are descended from statues of Roman gods that were put in gardens. During the Renaissance, the folklore around these artworks expanded and they became known as gobi. The form we know today was first produced in 19th century Germany by the sculptor Philipp Greibel. One of these items was used in an ubiquitous ad campaign starting in 2004. 2 more. Let's see if we can squeeze these in. Copy. Paste. Yep, they made it. Number 9.
Whoa.
This classic kitsch item was first patented in Austria around 1900 by Erwin Percy, who ran a medical instrument supply business. They quickly became very popular, and he was officially honored by Emperor Franz Joseph I in 1908. The first American patent was registered in 1908 by Joseph Garaja or Garaja, who improved on the manufacturing technique, making them more affordable. The item was iconically used at the beginning of a classic film in 1941. Walt Disney's first version of the trinket came out in 1959 showing Bambi. Barack Obama once gifted an original Austrian version to his daughters. We've all had at least one and watched it yellow with age. Number 10, this item was invented by Edward Craven Walker in 1963, and he called it Astro. It became associated with hippie and cannabis culture. The U.S. manufacturer's formulation is a trade secret, and the item relies on the Rayleigh-Taylor instability principle of hydrodynamics. All right, finally.
Very good.
Any real questions, not stupid questions?
I only have stupid questions today.
Okay, then I'm going to send you all to your room.
There are no real questions.
Stupid question.
There are no real
That's a stupid
questions, just
question.
stupid people.
Okay,
Oh,
let me
wait,
put the
that's
people
wrong.
back in the rooms that are stupid. Let me put you guys in your rooms that got out of your rooms by somehow. Uno momento. Let's see. All right, so Deborah, you are now going to be in team 3. No, Karen's going to room
Okay.
3. No, Karen's going to room 3. I just couldn't put her in the thing because it wouldn't. All right. Karen's in 3. And Gerald, you are in 3. Paul.
Are we just going to be 3? That's it.
Paul is in 4. And then Deborah, you are going to go to 2.
Okay. See you.
See you in a minute. I'll be there in a minute. Great category. Great category, Peggy.
Well, it seems to me like it's kind of easy, but I think there might be 1 or 2 that people don't get from the clothes. But
I don't know.
it's
It
really
sounds
fun to
like
research this one.
It's fun.
Okay,
I
good.
can't wait till the pictures come up.
Oh.
Hello, team. It's me.
Sounds about right.
When I used to work for Condé Nast magazines, I was an IT guy and used to have to go over to the billionaire owner Cy Newhouse's apartment in New York, and he had all this cool modern art. Among them was a Jeff Koons, a silver balloon animal buddy.
Oh, he's the guy who did that giant blue, like a dog, like a
Balloon animals, yeah,
schnauzer?
that's what this question is about.
Oh,
Cy
I've
Newhouse
seen
had like
that.
a pink, had like a, it looked like it was like a metallic inflatable bunny, a silver bunny.
Yeah,
My
I think
boss
I
was
saw
sending
it
me over and
in.
said, Mike, it's time to go see the silver bunny, which means I'd have to go over to Cy Newhouse's apartment that had just like I'd read it. One day I read in the newspaper, um, Mondrian painting sells for $40 million. I'm like, I know that painting. I was in the same room with it.
Wow.
Computer. Big Eyes is number 3.
Oh yeah, Keen. Yeah.
Yeah.
4, I think is
Oh, I remember that too. Yeah.
4, I think is dogs playing poker.
That's what I thought was dogs playing
I was
poker.
wondering
Yeah,
when we
that's
get to that.
That's based
Yeah.
on
5 is
5 is Norman
Rockwell.
Rockwell.
Norman Rockwell,
Rockwell?
yeah.
Now the painter of
Really, he
legend, like I
wasn't
said.
considered a serious artist?
How could he not be? Norman Rockwell was amazing.
Norman Rockwell, I think, is considered a serious artist.
By a lot of people consider
I've
him
seen,
serious.
'cause
Yeah,
I go to a lot
that's
of,
a debatable, you know.
when I travel, I go to a lot of, and I've seen, his stuff in serious museums. I go to a lot of
Oh,
museums.
we just saw him at the Mark Twain Museum. I mean, because he did a lot of Mark Twain kind of stuff. I find that hard to believe that people don't think of him.
And his paintings had significant social impact.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, so number 6 is the guy whose
The
name is
painter of light. Yeah, like I think his first name is
Thomas
John.
Thomas
Isn't it
Kincaid.
Johnson?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thomas
that's it.
Kincaid.
Kincaid. That's right.
Yes,
That's
that
right.
is it.
That's it. Kincaid.
Is it Thomas John
Yeah.
Kincaid?
No, I think it's Thomas Kincaid.
He's
His
talking
friends
about
call him
Is that
John. Yeah.
is 7 the Velvet Elvis?
Yeah, just that black velvet, those black velvet paintings.
But this is what did
Black Velvet.
Weird Al,
Yeah, Black
Weird Al had
Velvet.
a song with that title in
Called
1980.
Black Velvet?
I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
There was
Blue
blue, there
Velvet.
was blue velvet.
Was the velvet
I don't remember that.
I thought it was Blue
That was
Velvet.
blue?
Well, the
The
song
Blue
was blue
The
Velvet
velvet.
velvet,
is,
yeah, black velvet.
The
Elvis is
background for
good.
the painting is black velvet.
The background is black velvet. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So the
It's
answer is
Velvet,
Black
but it's
Velvet.
Elvis. Velvet Elvis is the.
Yeah, it's Elvis. It's Elvis. Yeah, it's different Elvis poses against a black velvet background.
What's
Well,
the
there were
title?
even,
What
what's
is
her
the title
name?
for this? What is the title?
Yes, put Elvis in there, we won't get the point. I think.
Weird
I
Al
think
wrote
the
a
next-
song with this title in 1988.
I don't know
Oh,
what
I
the
don't know.
title is.
Yeah, no, like never puts on weight. That's referring to Elvis because, like in the Velvet Elvis paintings, he's
Yeah,
like it's
never
like young
ages, never
Elvis.
puts on weight.
Oh,
Right.
and he's so fuzzy. I got it. All right, yeah.
So what do I put here?
Velvet Elvis.
Velvet Elvis. All right. Okay.
I think you were correct on the garden gnome.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I
that's
thought.
amazing. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember there was a commercial. I remember that, vaguely remember that, yeah, that ad campaign.
I was wondering if no, maybe not. They didn't have Hummels in here anyway, did they?
Oh, that would fit. That's quiche.
What is Hummel?
Hummels, those
kitsch.
little the figures, the Hummels.
Quiche is something that you make. It's a pie.
It's
Quiche is a
kitsch,
pie.
yeah. Quiche.
Yeah.
Some
But
words
then why
have
I
would you
think
meaning.
Susan knows by this point. She's just messing with us.
Susan would never do that.
No.
Could that be a Viewmaster?
Oh, those were not quiche.
No, they didn't. I don't remember them yet. Well,
Or
Wait, let me-
or like a,
well, that could.
So
They
there's a
might have
patent
yellowed.
for them.
They might have
So
yellowed
they had,
with age. Viewmasters might have yellowed with age.
No.
yeah.
No,
And they're
the-
a patent. They're a patent, so they
okay,
have to
let's
do
skip
something.
to number 10, I think, is a lava lamp.
I'm
that's
put
that's
this
what I
here
agree with
right
that, yeah.
now. Put a question
Lava
mark
lamp.
in lava lamp.
That makes sense. Yes.
I want a lava lamp that has all the colors together.
We'll make one for you, Deborah. I'm sure it's possible.
Okay. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that would be really quiche, though. Yeah.
Quiche Lorraine. And there is a lava lamp in Quiche Lorraine, I think, or one of those. The B-52s.
What do you, oh my God. Let's see. We've all had at least one and watched it yellow with
9 could be like a
age.
Nickelodeon or not a kinescope.
Kaleidoscope?
No.
You know
No,
what I
what's
think
the-
it is, Viewmaster, because it's about Bambi.
Yeah,
Remember?
Bambi. Yeah, that would be
I
another
have,
Viewmaster.
I still have ours from when I was growing up, and there's nothing yellowing about them.
Viewmasters,
Well,
that's
the
the
little-
you would hold it up to your
That's
eye.
the one
and,
with
like,
the
go
round,
like
you know,
this.
the
Go like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
and you
Yeah.
get three.
If
You
you
get
left
3D
them out,
images.
if you left them out, they'd get yellowed.
Yeah,
with
I have them
age
in a
after
box,
while.
so you're right. Maybe if I had just let them sit there.
If you abuse them, they'll turn yellow.
I never would abuse my Viewmasters.
No.
No, I've had them since I was a little girl, and they were probably around before me.
Yeah, because I had one, and I'm before you.
Well, I'm talking about my specific ones. Probably belong.
Oh, well, I
Purchased
probably
before I
had
was
the
alive.
I probably had the Bambi one. I don't know.
All right, see you guys on the other side.
Uh-huh.
See ya.
Fun,
Well, that looks like a
Peggy.
lot of
Fun,
tens were
fun,
happening.
It's great that Joanne is recording this for us.
Oh, thank you, Paula. Paula,
No,
you
that's
got
what
through
it
the
said.
Paula, did you get through the whole thing?
What? Oh, yeah. But I'm just
sorry,
saying
they were
you were.
so easy. I'm going to show you the answers now.
Woohoo!
Slideshow beginning. I think you got all of these. Okay, so number 1 is pink flamingos.
Yay.
Number 2 is balloon animals. And this picture I happened to find on Facebook, all these lunatics.
Ah,
Hey, I know a
Peggy.
few of those people.
I know where
You
do
know
they
some of
get
those
that from?
lunatics.
I've seen that
Some of those
dog in
even belong
person.
to me.
Big-eyed.
Number 3 is big-eyed paintings. Number 4 is poker playing dogs.
Yay.
Okay, this is the great debate of the Norman Rockwell debate, and you
There is
guys
no
echoed
way.
in every room exactly what the debate is in kind of the art world about whether or not he's a serious artist. The thing on the left, serious art, everybody would probably agree, but most of his career was stuff like what was on the right, and I think most artists would say not really.
Because
He was a talented artist. I don't care what they say.
yeah,
He was talented, but he did a lot of kitschy stuff.
well, because it's sold.
Artists gotta eat.
It was to
That
lure
is
people
true.
in, political, slightly, get people used to him and then receive his message.
There
Right.
you go.
Sure it was.
I thought he's incredibly talented.
Okay.
Also to eat.
I did not hear a lot of arguments about Thomas Kincaid.
I
But-
think they're pretty.
Yeah. Ooh, the weirdness, the creepiness. He used to have this thing on Lighthouse in Monterey here that was the Thomas Kincaid Archive.
I think it's still around, isn't it?
It's not there anymore. I don't know if it's around, but it's not there.
Isn't
I've
it
seen
never-
great artists. I've seen great artists take these paintings and then like paint at-ats going through burning stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
Makes it much more interesting.
Yeah, that painting on the right was definitely burning.
They will forever have internal big internal flames, Peggy, after that quotation.
Yeah, that was a great quotation. This is, of course, Velvet Elvis. Those were fun to look at.
I don't remember those.
Oh,
Great
so,
song too.
Peggy, we just said velvet paintings. Is that not good enough?
Yeah.
Black velvet.
No, it has to be Elvis.
Yes.
Because
Come
of
on,
the
And that's the
point.
Weird
Come
Al
on.
song, which is a great song. Good
yeah,
reference.
because
Peggy.
of the Weird Al
called
song and
Velvet
the
Elvis?
Casey Muffs great
Yeah.
song.
Look at his
I've never
weird
heard of that.
If you went
hand.
to Tijuana, it wouldn't just be black. It wouldn't be Black Elvis, Black Velvet Elvis. There would be Madonnas and Jesus and everything. You can't just
Yeah.
go with Elvis.
And those are
Come
fun,
on.
but there's no country song like that.
They're probably
Number-
probably velvet paintings of dogs playing poker.
That would be fun. Super kitsch. So garden gnomes, the ones on the left are in my garden, my front yard, and they're all collected just for the photo. They don't usually hang out that closely together.
Well, that you know of. I mean, who knows what they're doing when you're not looking?
Big-eyed garden gnome dogs on black velvet playing poker.
Exactly. And it could all be under a snow globe. The one on the right is the scene from Citizen Kane.
Rob's favorite movie.
Oh no! Snow globes.
Carl says facetiously.
Why did you like it?
Those yellow with age?
No.
I've never heard
the
that
plastic
before.
ones do.
The plastic one's yellow, or they lose all their water.
We put Viewmaster. Why does Carl not? Oh, I know why Rob doesn't like this. Okay.
The lava lamp.
Woohoo!
I think there were a lot of tens, but sorry about the Velvet Elvis, but at least it meant it wasn't 100%.
The other reference for snow globes would have been the TV show St. Elsewhere.
Oh.
I don't remember it.
I don't know that
At the
one.
very end of St. Elsewhere, it cuts back to like one of the doctor's sons looking at a snow globe. I think I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, you're on it.
And it turns out that the whole show St. Elsewhere was in this autistic kid's
Which
head.
may
Which
someday
was-
be featured in the worst show conclusions of all time trivia round.
No,
Which
no,
I
not
think
at
they
all.
stole that. I think they stole that from the Twilight Zone. I think,
Everything's taken from the Twilight Zone.
or Night Gallery. There was one episode where there was a kid staring at a globe like that.
I do remember
The only show that ended with "It Was Only a Dream" that was awesome was Newhart.
Yeah,
that was good.
Did you guys ever see the garden gnome on David Letterman? Some woman he had on as a guest, somebody stole her garden gnome. And then they took it on vacation all over the world and took pictures in front of like the Coliseum and Eiffel Tower
I remember
everywhere.
that.
Well, that
And
was
then-
an Amelie.
And then they
That's
put
not
it
in the movie too.
and then they put it on her front walk with all the pictures developed in its backpack.
That's awesome.
All right. So this is the odd thing about this game. It's very ritualistic. These people are not religious, but they're ritualistic. If I do not show the screen after the second round, I will hear
Riots.
Because we can't remember what we scored in the first round. We
They
can't
just
do the
get-
math.
They just get really
for
weird.
4 teams.
All right, so we have a lot of new players that weren't on the teams at the beginning, so these scores should be very, very high. All right, let's go with there are Silent K's and Knight and Knickerbocker, but 3 in Republican.
10.
Oops, got it. And then if I don't do this right, people get really weird. Okay, Wars and Rumors of Wars. The end times are now really nigh.
9.
Get or reveal that we are weird.
So, all right, team. Names, guys. Focus.
9.
We put viewfinder instead of snow globes. Jewish people join the law protest by throwing Molotov cocktails.
10.
So Peggy, 9.5. Good count.
Sorry, Susan.
But that was a little high.
It was
But
awfully
fun.
fun to research, though.
That was fun. But let's get some consistency here. I want you to lower your score.
It was a good team effort on our team.
Good
'cause
job,
we all,
Peggy.
We all
All
shared.
right, so we need to
I'm
take a
surprised
picture.
everyone knew those things. I didn't. I knew one thing from that list.
Yeah, but that makes sense because of your age, Avi. It does. Because you know what I mean? Just because I'm like twice your age, I lived through the 70s, and I remember the
And you
lava
remember it.
lamps. I wouldn't expect you to remember that one. But I guessed mood ring, and then my team corrected me.
All right.
Which one for?
For the last
lava
question.
lamp.
I was thinking the first thing that popped in my head was mood ring.
All right, everybody. All right, you know the drill. Picture. Gerald, make sure you're smiling in the picture. We'll just assume you're smiling.
Change the picture.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me get to the screenshot. Okay, 1, 2, and 3.
Yay!
It cracks me up how everybody gets all excited about the photo. I can see them after the second round. They're like this.
And then we go back to our grumpy selves, right?
Lenses to reflect, so it looks like
Oh,
I'm
wait,
cross-eyed.
Gerald closed his eyes. We got to do it again.
Do we have
Okay,
any?
so 5 minutes.
Do we have any birthdays?
Oh, do we have any birthdays?
Please,
Thanks
no
a lot
one say
for
you do.
having
No
me,
one say it.
guys.
Don't admit it.
Is there anybody?
Thanks a lot for having me, guys. I gotta go.
Thanks,
So-
Vincent.
Oh, Vincent, don't go yet. Wait, Vincent.
What?
How bad is the air? Are you guys getting a lot of smoke from the fires?
We do have a lot of smoke, but the rain is helping a lot.
Because
We've
we
got
wanted to go to
a lot of
Banff.
rain.
We wanted to go to Banff, but we were worried about the smoke and stuff.
You can still come to Banff. It's not that bad. You just have to worry about the military guys. So come after the G7 stuff, because it's filled with military right now.
I thought they're all in Washington. All right.
Well, in
Huh?
California.
Okay.
They're all in California. That's true.
No, it's filled with a lot of military because of the G7 conference.
All right.
Yeah, so come
Yeah,
after
but the Canadian military is 2 Mounties and a moose and a squirrel.
No, it's slightly more than that.
Horses.
Anyways, bye everybody.
Bye, Vincent. Take care.
Good night, Vincent.
Good night, Vince.
Okay, so I've been told to officially change my name on Zoom because they're tired of looking at it. Paula.
Well, it sounded like you were like upset that I noticed, but it says Joanne started the recording. Oh.
I know who that is.
Interesting.
I have to change it. I made everybody change it on Zoom because I couldn't have them be I couldn't allow them to be going into the Zoom event with the psychic with their real name and then changing their name right in front of her. So I made everybody change it beforehand. I have a picture of Karen. Oh, Karen, she looks so pretty. I'm getting rid of you. Sorry. Aw. It's such a nice photo too. Okay, 5 minutes. We are still recording. 4 minutes. All right, Paul will be happy it's done.
I am indifferent.
Yeah, whatever. I thought you were Paula. So how's the war going down there in LA? Have you noticed it?
Well, I figured the next few days it wasn't going to be as big as the first 2 days.
Yeah, because of the weekend and versus the weekdays.
Well, they were weekdays, but I think everyone who wants to cause mayhem is going to wait for Saturday. because
Oh,
there's
it's
going to be
gonna get
protests
worse.
in multiple cities in LA at the same time.
Oh.
So I think they're saving up their energy and their fireworks for them.
Did you hear? Did you hear? Just it was like 2 hours ago. I saw a clip from a press conference where Trump reversed his whole thing on immigration.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh, we can't have the poor farmers not have people to pick their crops, and we're just gonna. That's a terrible thing to do. We're
Oh,
just
come
gonna have.
on.
Yep. Yep.
Here's
No
the, here's
way.
the thing.
Two freaking news
He's
stations
been
said it.
actually saying that for he's been saying that for the past 4 months. Like off and on, I've heard two different reports. And because we live in Monterey County, we've heard through the grapevines from two or three like bigger growers that are fairly conservative that they've talked to like representatives to come up with a plan or a proposal
I think
for
representatives
them
should
to
get
have them.
out there and pick the stuff.
But
So
here's the thing
for
with
Monterey
agricultural
County,
visas.
Wait, Pauline.
so for Monterey County, that a lot of the growers are having a hard time hiring people. And what they do is they hire H-2A visa workers, but in order to do that, they have to have housing for them, which is hard to have in Monterey County since we have a housing shortage. Two, they have to provide them 2 meals, and on top of that, they have to provide them transportation. The housing that was available for the field workers, like there's 2 or 3 hotels that they used to use here in Monterey County. The city of Salinas ended up taking those away and they started using them for homeless shelter. And now one of those hotels is has been boarded up for the past 2 to 3 years. When they could have kept using that for the farm workers. And then so for the past 5 to 7 years, farm workers have been trying to get through the Board of Supervisors approved plans to build housing on their property, on like farmland. But because of all the red tape, it's kind of hard to get it approved. So there's like 2 or 3 areas in the county that they've been trying to build for them. And only 3 or 4 housing developments have been approved. So, and then one of those developments did get approved and got built in right next to the Pajaro River that got flooded in 2023. Yeah. So, and then with that said, there's the Pajaro River levee in Monterey County, on the Monterey County side. There was a study in 2017 that was released to the Board of Supervisors back then. And in 2021, the Board of Supervisors stated that they didn't have enough funding to fix it. And in 2023, when we had the bad rain season here, Monterey County got flooded, and FEMA didn't want to cover the cost for those people. And there was protest. And that was, and we were out of, because my office got flooded, we were out of that area for half a year. And so, yeah, half a year, because me and my coworkers would kind of like sneak into the office to try to work a little bit. And then we would go back to the main office because part of our building was yellow taped. And some of those buildings were still considered red tape. So yeah, it's kind of hard. And so that's why there's a lot of people that are in ag having a hard time hiring people. And with all the protests that they're happening, the field workers are still showing up. What they're doing, they're showing up earlier. In Monterey County, there hasn't been incidents where ICE is in the county, but the neighboring county, which is Santa Cruz County, has had incidents, and Santa Clara County or Silicon Valley has had incidents as well, but not
They were here
in
yesterday.
Monterey County.
They were, yes,
They
they
were?
they were here yesterday in Soledad and a farm on San Juan Grade Road. We got
Are you
notices.
sure? Because
Yeah, we got notices through the rapid. Yes, we got
yeah.
notices through the Rapid Response Network, and someone was taken into custody in Soledad.
Because I'm down the street from San Juan and nobody said anything to us.
Are you part of the Rapid Response Network?
Because I work for the county, we were given strict instructions, especially if they go on property. We are yeah, like the entire county received a letter from the Board of Supervisors and we have strict instructions. And then in February or March, we received the little red cards that were going around the entire state. So I carry that with me. Yeah. So we have strict instructions on what to do.
All right, so let's get back. Sorry, everybody. That's just a conversation we'll have for a long time. You guys ready? Come back. Gail, Norman, Stephen, Carl, Ano, Paul, Avi.
Back.
I guess Gerald's never left. So. All
I'm
right.
here.
Here's, I'll send you the link of the arrest in Greenfield.
Okay, so we have no birthdays today, right? Or this week, right? You guys have been dodging on me. I know you've been hiding your birthdays from me now.
It's the opposite of the birthday paradox. There should also be gaps.
Somebody should do the math on that. The stats.
There's 1 week a year where we don't have one.
I guess so. All right. I'll let you pass this year, but we had, I was ready to sing. My voice is at its best.
Well, it's your birthday, isn't it? Sing to yourself.
No, it's not my birthday. I don't have those anymore. I still keep aging, but I don't have birthdays anymore. All right. So
everybody only has one.
Yeah. Okay, Karen just gave us that link. All right. So what do we have going on here? Rob's not back. Hi, Janine. Good to see you.
Thank you.
List. Okay. Avi is gone, right? So Alan says we're going to have a skeptic camp in the area of Chicago. He's frozen. No, he's not frozen. Alan? Alan, you're on mute. Okay, I'll have Kyle do it. Kyle, what's going on in Chicago?
Oh, I don't know what's going
Kyle's
on in Chicago.
Somebody go.
No, I would have absolutely no idea.
Okay, Kyle.
All right. Well, it's July 27th. The Chicago Skeptics at the Dimitri's Greek Restaurant in Deerfield, 660 Lake Cook Road. We bought chicagoskeptics.org. If you want more details, got some good featured speakers, including Alan and Susan. I might make the cut, and we're putting that together. So
I might make the cut.
If you're going to be in Chicago or near Chicago, July 27th, hopefully you'll make it out.
Okay, hopefully make it out. Well, I don't know. I'm going to be going into the Bermuda Triangle thing, so I might not make it back from that. I don't know.
You got that risk.
Yeah, I know. It's scary. Kyle, what's going on this week in Data Skeptic?
Bupkis, I got nothing new on Data Skeptic. I've been busy at work, but next week we'll have some new stuff out.
Well, tell us what you had last week.
Oh boy, that's too long ago. I have no idea. Something about graphs and networks. That's the recent theme.
On Data Skeptic Podcast.
Yep.
Gail, Brandy, we got a Skeptic Camp coming up in October, right?
Yeah, it's October 25th. And Gail, where's it at again?
The Unitarian Church in North Las Vegas.
All right.
Yeah, we'll have details on our
Unitarian
website.
Congregation of Las Vegas, UUCLV.
And we're having it the weekend the CyCon would normally be in Vegas.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll draw people to Vegas for your Skeptic Camp. That'll be fantastic.
What if I'm skeptic of their religion? Would they let me in?
What religion?
You-
Oh, the Unity. Yeah.
If you're skeptic of the religion, then you are a perfect person for that religion.
Obviously,
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, bunch of atheists and agnostics and people that have left other churches. Basically, it's the United Nations Human Rights Bill of Rights.
So it's not really a church that has any type of God.
Well,
It's
no,
a church that has a God for the people who want to believe in one.
But you don't
Oh.
have to, Kevin. That's the thing. People
Gotcha.
that are theists have absconded with that. It's not a requirement.
All right. So
it's more like the churchy thing.
And the thing that people like about it is that it has the community, and social justice is the biggest thing that the
Okay,
church
is that
does.
everywhere? Like, could I find one of those churches in my area?
Oh my gosh, you
Actually,
can on
Union
every
Church is
corner
one of
like
the original
Starbucks.
churches in this country. But
Massachusetts
it
is
used
the
to be a
most.
Christian church, and it changed into this.
So what's it called again, so I can look?
Unitarian Universalist, and you can find the Unitarian Universalist Association online. And you can
Speaking
find
of Unitarian Universalists,
UUCLV, which is the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Las Vegas, also online.
Something similar you can look into would also be if you have a local ethical society.
So Karen has just put the link in the chat. If you're interested, it's www.uua.org for our fans on YouTube.
I never heard of this.
Really?
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 That's weird.
Okay, Rob Palmer.
Yeah, so let me say something about that. We talk about this to our clients who call Recovering from Religion helpline a lot, because sometimes they still want to go to a congregation and they don't want to drop it totally. So we do recommend they at least try that out. So one thing that's interesting, it's a very bottoms up church, right? There's no pope, there's nobody from the top dictating what doctrine should be. So if you go to one, you might find you don't like the minister and he might be talking about woo. But then you go to another one down the street and it would be totally different. So that's an interesting thing to keep in mind.
And I can tell you that the reason that I belonged to this church was that when my daughter was in elementary school and all her friends were going to church and she wanted to know what all this was about, I was able to take her to the Unitarian church, and she now had a minister and went to services on Sunday where they took things like, what are the different religions in the world? And they went around in the coffee hour asking people what they believed. Okay.
Mm-hmm. We actually had a 15th anniversary party, and we had a wedding vow renewal, and we went to a UU minister. I had never been to one before, and we found somebody, and he did the whole entire service without mentioning spirituality, religion, or God. It was all about.
Rob, and I got married 46 years ago in the Unitarian church.
There you go.
Yep.
Robert.
Okay, so 1 week from this Monday, not this Monday, but 1 week from this Monday, somebody who normally plays this game but is not here tonight, Adrienne Hill will be our guest on the RFRX live streamed show. I'm going to put that in the chat. She is going to be talking about one of her favorite subjects, which is Tourette syndrome. But in this case, she's going to relate it to the, sometimes beliefs people have that it's demonic, that sort of thing. Again, influenced by religion. That is not just a disorder that could be treated. It's by science, or you learn to live with it. It's something that demons are causing. So she's going to be talking about that through history.
I'm going to be missing that for a very weird reason. Sorry, Rob.
Okay. They get recorded. They don't get.
I know, but the reason why I'm
quickly.
missing it is because I also am going to be on. I'm going to be on the line.
Oh, fantastic! Who's the host?
Aaron, that guy that did a shout out for me.
Who?
Aaron Adair.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't know that he was. I thought he was always a co-host. That's interesting.
He is
Okay,
a co-host, but he said that he wrote, because I wrote to him and thanked him for the shout out he gave for me from the quote you gave me. And I didn't know who the guy was. And then I realized he's my Facebook friend. And then I messaged him and said, hey, thank you so much. And he goes, oh, by the way, would you do this thing? And I'm like, okay, when is it? And he said, he told me, and they tried to get me approved, and I got approved, and I guess I'm doing it. But I said, I'm not talking about religion. I'm only talking about psychics and stuff like that. And he goes, okay,
Well,
that's fine.
the problem is it's a call-in show, so you may have to just sit there and listen to when people do bring up religion.
No, I'm going to just tell him no. I said, I'm sorry, we're not talking religion, so just don't call me. I'm sorry. No. So anyway, I think it's the same day. I told Adrian.
Yeah, that is the same day.
I'm
It
really
starts an
bummed
hour,
because I
an
want to
hour
go to her
earlier.
demon talk. So
It starts an hour
covered
earlier.
really
Yeah.
quick. I don't have anything new except that I'm working on an article for the GWB conference that I attended. So that'll be out in Skeptical Inquirer as soon as I don't know. It's going to be a little bit because I was a little distracted this week with something else that happened. If you guys want to stay a little later, I'm feeling fine. We can talk about the sting after the cameras are off. But that was today. Stephen Hutt, do you have any announcements like what's coming up in Skeptical Inquirer Presents or anything of that sort? Because I'm sure you have something.
Oh, just the next issue of Skeptical Inquirer is being mailed out now, so it's helping the Skeptic's Guide to the Universe celebrate 1,000 episodes in 20 years. And now we're hard at work on the next issue that'll come out after that, and that issue will be about the attacks on science. So that should be a really critically important issue. We don't cover politics a lot, but this will be a big issue where we do. So that'll be the September-October issue, and we were designing the cover today.
And Skeptical Inquirer Presents is going to have
well, tonight we had Nate Peterson, who co-authored a book called Pseudoscience, and it was a good talk. Neil deGrasse Tyson was there and asked a question, actually, and so that was cool. And so the recording of that should be available probably sometime tomorrow or this weekend.
Yeah, they're pretty quick at getting those out, which is wonderful. There's also something that we've talked about really briefly, you guys, in the past, but I want to make sure that everybody's aware of it. Those are people who like podcasts. Skeptical Inquirer, Eric Schaefer and some of the people here, Rob Palmer and others, have done a wonderful job turning the articles that we write for Skeptical Inquirer, especially the online version, into a podcast that you can actually follow on all the apps that you have for your podcast. And that's fairly new, maybe in the last Christmas time, I think he started doing that. And it's starting to gain a lot of traction. So if you are interested in hearing the articles read to you that are online, I've been enjoying them. And I think it's a nice way of just catching up on stuff. And it's such a variety, you don't know what you're going to get because there's so many different people out there writing for Skeptical Inquirer. It's always online, right? The online articles.
Yeah, all the print articles get put online, and then they get turned into audio, and then some of the articles that are digital only articles also get that treatment. Oftentimes, or sometimes it's by the authors who wrote them read it, but a lot of times it's read by artificial intelligence, and it's actually really hard to tell the difference. It's pretty
I
impressive.
have been amazingly impressed by that because some you watch a YouTube video and they do this a lot, and then it's AI because it said something a human would never read it that way. And I've listened to a lot of the Skeptical. I've never heard that happen. I don't know what tool they're using that's so good, but it really is good.
I don't know what tool Eric uses, but he does, go through it and kind of edit to make sure, when it does sound a little funny, he fixes it. So he's very
so that
impressive.
may be it. He's just spending the time to fix any glitches of that nature.
Doing a terrific job.
So I have a question, Stephen. When you take over for Barry, and for people who don't know, Barry Carr has been a long time on this managing Skeptical Inquirer as well as Icon, and he's retiring, and Stephen is taking over. So Barry is also my editor, who I send all my articles to. Will you be taking over for the online stuff too?
Yes, I'll be taking over for the online stuff.
All right. So I just start sending them to you. What's the date that I would make that transition?
July 1st.
Okay.
Yeah, look forward to working with you more in that way.
Thank you. You too.
All right. And I want to make sure I mentioned that we do not have anybody for next week for trivia.
Susan?
Yes, Avi?
Oh, did anyone mention the Chicago Skeptic Camp yet?
Yes, they did.
Yes.
Okay, good. I will put a link into the chat for the Eventbrite.
Thank you very much.
Susan,
Well,
can I
let's
do the
see.
bonus next week?
Yes, you can. And
I'll volunteer.
I got one.
Kevin,
Yeah.
who else?
Just finished it yesterday.
Anybody else? Okay, we'll come back to that and I'll start pressuring you in a few minutes. All right, so Gail, you're up.
Okay.
Hope it's difficult.
Well, I don't know how difficult it is if you were watching the Tony Awards on Sunday, because if you know that I was doing this, you know that the Tony Awards would be there.
All right, it's all
because
yours,
I like
Faith.
doing topical things, and there's nothing more important and topical to me than the Tonys.
Is that music or is that movie?
I'm sorry?
Neither.
Broadway.
Oh, Broadway. Oh, okay.
Oh, thanks. I
Tony
learned
Awards
something.
on Broadway, yes. So let's go through some straightforward questions, not like me with my odd questions.
Okay.
Question 1. Let's start at the top. Who won Best Musical? Which, if you don't already know, is the big award at the Tonys.
Am I allowed to call my sister?
Oh, if she's in the room.
She's in your house. Question 2. This is a multiple choice. And it says, which of the following was not one of the other musicals that were nominated? So 1-1 of the five, the four that I give you, one was not one of the musicals that was nominated. And one of the things that those of you who don't know Broadway should know is musical is a musical. Play is a play that is not based on music, right? So when I use the word play, I'm talking about just a straightforward play performance as opposed to a musical performance. Question 3. Who won Best Revival of the Musical?
Okay. That one.
And I'm looking for the play,
Well, I wish Gail was
Like-
on our team for this one.
the musical. I'm looking for the name of the musical.
Wait, now you confuse me because you made a differentiation between play and musical, and now you just said
No.
the opposite of what you wrote.
Best Revival, yes, I did. I misspoke because,
Oh.
and I said Best Revival of a Musical is what we're asking for.
Okay.
Okay. Number 4. Darren Criss won Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role in a Musical. For what play?
Oh.
Leonard should
Wait a minute. For
loves
what musical?
So now it's a musical and it's a play.
Well, it's a musical. If it's not, it's a musical unless it specifically does not say musical any place in the
So
question.
can I change the word play to musical?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Musicals are in different categories than straight plays, which is the
Okay, I just
reason
corrected
that I
it in the
said
chat.
that. True or false? Audra McDonald continued her record-breaking Tony wins by winning Best Actress in a Revival for her performance in Gypsy. And when I make a statement true, all of it is true. And if I make a statement false, it's for new people particularly, there's something, not something trivial that's false. It's something major. Question 6. There was an award for regional theater that was awarded to a St. Louis theater group. What is the name of that group?
I
And
know
this
why
is the question
Steven's
that
here.
I think both Stephen and Karl are going to love, because you'll know the answer to this almost certainly from what I learned watching the Tonys. Question 7. Who won the Special Tony Award for Lifetime Achievement? And remember, this is Lifetime Achievement on Broadway.
Retired women need to do this. After 1 week, you'll feel the difference.
Question 8.
Deborah?
That was a commercial.
Yeah.
Question 8. Paul Tazwell won for Best Costume Design of a Musical, and Mark Howell won the same award for a play. Name one of those two productions.
Okay.
And you don't have to know which one is which. But there are two two possible answers. To get credit for that question, you need either one of them. Which, if you watch Broadway, you know obviously has to do with costuming. Number 9. Who was the host of the Tony Awards this year? Okay, question 10.
Oh.
True or false? The very first live broadcast of a play on Broadway on international TV happened on CNN the day before the Tonys with Good Night and Good Luck, which ended its run the next day, having been the highest grossing play of all time. True or false? And I do have a bonus. And for the new people, bonuses do not give you 11 points, but you can use it to substitute for a mistake. And the reason I'm making this as a bonus is it is very obscure information for those of us who love theater and politics. So here's the question that I suspect most of you will not know. I personally, this is all true, it's what I'm writing on this, in the question. I personally believe that the pre-Tony controversy involving Patti LuPone and Keisha Lewis, which would later involve Audra McDonald, is evidence that our current attitudes are undercutting our cultural standards of fairness and understanding. Fortunately, the problem ended when LuPone apologized and the apology was accepted. The question is, what was the problem in the shared theater that inspired the overblown disagreement?
Well, that's the only one I know.
Yeah.
That's the one I didn't expect anybody to know. I'm thrilled that you know it. Okay, any other questions?
Now I know why your background is a theater.
Go to the...
Okay, Jamie and Janine, I got to put Janine on a team. So Janine, you are going to go on.
Don't put me on a team that has any expectations.
You're team 4. And Jamie, I need to put you on team 1. No expectations.
No expectations for me.
I won't know anything. Hello, team.
I know 3.
Wow.
That's
3 more than me.
Number 3 or 3 of them?
3 of, I believe I know 3 of them.
Cool. All right.
My answer to all of them would be Wicked, because I don't know anything about musicals.
Neither do I.
Wicked, that's been around, hasn't it? Is it still out?
I don't know, and I don't care to watch it. I read the book. I'm not a fan of Arrow, whatever that skinny girl's name. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
All right, so who won Best Musical?
Karen, which ones do you know?
I don't know who won Best Musical. It was one that I did not know. It had multiple words in the title, but I didn't know it.
It wasn't Rent.
No, it had multiple words.
Okay, then that's all.
It's something like Someone to Watch Over Me. It reminds me of that, but it's not that.
And it's the same answer to number 4. The actor in number 4 was in it, but I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry.
Pretty darn good.
Okay.
Now, number 2, Death Becomes Her is a current musical and probably was nominated. So that eliminates 1.
Operation
Isn't there a music? Isn't there a musical where there's it's supposed to be like the 7 Deadly Sins or something like that, but it's like a gory type of musical? No,
I don't know.
no. Okay, we don't know musicals, Susan.
I know some,
Can we
but I just
Google
don't
it?
know these.
No, you can't.
No, we can't Google it.
Googling.
So,
Don't
so
use Surrey.
Karen, do you know three? Which three do you know?
Sunset Boulevard.
Which one's that?
We're on
Number
number
three.
Who's doing Sunset Boulevard?
Okay.
That was a musical?
Oh yes.
And
Oh, it
that's
has
what's
been
it?
for about 30 years. Patty Lupone, Glenn Close, and now Nicole Scherzinger.
I didn't know that.
No, there's Cats because Susan likes cats.
I ain't
There's
watched.
Rent. I know that.
I never saw Rent.
Grease.
Gerald, do you know any of these? And you just
Who's
are
leading us
quiet?
through the numbers? We're kind of out of order. Can we go ahead and still be orderly about doing them, Ben, even if you don't know the answers?
Okay,
Sure.
what was
I mean, I don't
number?
know the answers, so I'm just waiting for other
But
people
can
to
you
talk,
kind
and
of
I'll put
steer
in.
us through because we're kind of all over the place? We've lost our orderliness that you were
Yeah.
helping us with before.
Okay, so what was number one? The question for number one.
No one had an answer for that. And we didn't
What's-
really eliminate any of them on two. So
Yes, eliminate C. It's not C.
and then good night and good luck was mentioned in a later question. So do we think that one's good or
Yeah, I don't know if it's a not. We can skip that one, but just to kind of just go through them at least and see which ones we.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got 3. Question 4.
4 is the same as number 1 if we come up with it.
Okay.
Okay. Number 5 is false.
False.
She did not win.
Okay, number 6.
Ben, you should know that.
No idea.
Well,
No
it's the Fox Theater. I don't know what the group is.
Yeah, I don't know either because I don't really go see plays or musicals hardly ever. So
Oh, well, I was there just a few weeks ago in the Fox Theater.
yeah,
And they have different troops, I think. So I never really paid attention to what the troop names were, but I think they
you
have
saw
I saw Adrian and
and Juliet or something. Is that what it was called?
and Juliet, yeah, with Karl and what's her name? Valerie.
Oh, cool. So yeah, I don't know that one. Lifetime Achievement, Tony Award, anything? No?
I remember I was surprised by who it was. I can't remember.
Male or female?
Harvey Feinstein.
Who?
Harvey Feinstein. Harvey, the guy, the raspy voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, is that who it was?
Yes.
You're right.
All right,
Harvey
cool.
Firestein.
Firestein or Feinstein. I don't know how to spell his last name.
Ferrestein.
I was shocked because I thought they were giving it to Weinstein. I'm like, what?
You know, I saw it on Facebook and I thought, what? I thought he had one more
I
award.
confused him with
Thank
Harvey
you.
Weinstein, and I was shocked that they
No,
would give it to
not
him. He's
that.
in prison. How can they give it to him?
No.
And they said, "Oh, no, that's a different Harvey."
Yeah, Harvey Firestein.
Poor guy.
All right.
He has to share that
Paul
name.
Tazewell, I guess is how you say that.
No idea. Best costume design. I mean, I guess, go ahead and guess Sunset Boulevard. But
Okay,
I mean,
that works.
it could have been anything, but at least we know Sunset Boulevard did win some awards.
And they like, giving awards to the good
I saw the commercial
reproduction of old timey costumes, right?
I saw the commercial for who was going to host, and I still don't know who she is.
Right. So this goes back to Paulina, what Paulina said. It is the actress who played not Ariana Grande, the other person in
Wicked.
Wicked.
Oh.
I don't know her
Crap.
name.
I have no idea what her name is either.
That's who it is. And she had this really cute bit with Oprah where she said, Oprah, blah, 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 special, look under your seat. And there was like a little car. You get a car.
Nice.
Didn't she also play
Cynthia? Her first name's Cynthia.
Hey,
yeah.
that's better
And she
than.
didn't
Can we
she
get
play
half
the
credits?
actress for
Iwanga. No. Eva, la la la. It's Cynthia.
We're putting Iwanga because that's what you said.
No, but that could be
close
racist.
enough.
It could be racist. That could be the last name of just another African American actress whose name is nothing like that.
She also
Oh, I thought
played
you
the
were like
lady
trying to sound it out.
from.
I'm sorry, Karen. I don't know.
Did she play Harriet Tubman also?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe her name is Cynthia Tudman.
Okay, now I don't know if the entirety of this is untrue, but George Clooney was on either Colbert or Seth Meyers a few days ago, and he was talking about that they were going to do a live broadcast of the play. So that is true, but I don't know about the timing. I don't know what network it was on. I don't know any of that.
Well, it's only a true or false answer we had to come up with, so we should be okay.
I know, but the whole thing, if it was me doing a true or false, the whole sentence is false or the whole sentence is true. But Gail always says there could just be one part that is significant, but it's just a part of the statement that's
I think it's true.
Why?
Because there was a show, like you said, that part of it's true.
Okay.
So it makes sense that that's how they wrapped it up or something. You know what I mean? Like celebrated it because they're not going to sell anymore.
Right.
Well, why wouldn't you keep after the award show? There's a bump in the
Maybe,
ticket
yeah, but
sales for Tony Awards. Let's go with you. I'm arguing something I know nothing about, Kevin. Let's go with
yeah,
you.
I don't know for a fact. I would guess towards true because
That's what I would think
it
too, but
seems
I have
that
no
way. We're
idea.
not playing for money.
And Sarah and Joanne knows the bonus.
Yes, Joanne. What do you know?
Well,
What do you
the
got for us?
gossip is, the chisme is that they were upset. The problem in the shared theater that inspired this overblown disagreement was the size of the rooms.
Oh, they're green rooms?
The dressing rooms.
Dressing rooms.
And I'm making that up. I really don't know.
Oh God! All I know is she called her a bitch. She was like saying, she was talking about like a divas or longevity or something, and she's like, "Bitch, I've been here like 150 years. Don't talk about that."
Well, then you don't know the
Too
answer.
many queen bees in the hive.
Well, but I
In
thought
a
that
small
wasn't
hive.
it was what was the problem of the shared theater? So that's the problem. The
They were too
shared
close together.
Shared green
Calling
rooms or
her
something.
bitch.
Let's put Susan's the size
I
of
just
the
made that up, you guys. Gail's here because she wants
Are
to
you
see-
missing any?
Yeah.
Are you missing any answers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Six,
number 9.
We're missing one.
Who's
Two.
the
four.
singer who's kind of strange? Enya or something? That's number 9. It's like Enya, her last name, something like that, but it's not Enya.
Is
It
it
just
Cynthia?
reminds me of Enya.
Cynthia Nina. Yana.
Just for the heck of it, put Enya. I'm not sure if it's right, but it reminds me of Enya.
If it sounds like close enough, we'll get the point. Maybe I don't.
Enya's the one that makes the electronic music and stuff, and it's supposed to be able to put you in a transcendental state or something.
Theremin.
So who won the best musical? Wicked?
No, Wicked wasn't there. Put
No.
Smash, but it wasn't Smash. It
Put
was
Sunset Boulevard.
It wasn't. I know it wasn't. Okay, put Sunset Boulevard. It wasn't Sunset Boulevard.
Oh,
Okay.
It wasn't
I mean,
Smash
we already
either,
have
though?
it for 2 answers. Do we think?
Yeah,
it'll be
leave
3?
Smash.
And then put Smash for number 4, but it wasn't. It was multiple. It was multiple words, but not a play. I know.
Smashy
Yeah.
Smash Face.
And let's make it get
Smashy
three
Smash.
multiple for
Smashy McSmash.
D for 2.
Okay, ready for the answers?
Yeah.
Ben, did you get the Karen shouted out an answer as we were going out of the room?
I did, and it has been recorded.
Yeah, it's probably wrong, but it's multiple choice. We got to try.
Hey, it's a guess.
Okay, here we go. Question 1. Maybe happy ending.
Oh.
Never heard of it.
And it is a play that you're going to probably get to see. At least I hope so, because I want very much to see it. It describes a story there. There are 2 human-like retired helper robots and a near-future soul, and they fall in love. And the question is, what happens? And I don't know what happens because nobody's saying.
Do they have private parts?
They are very human. But
Do they
they are
make little babies?
Are they fully functional and trained in?
apparently.
Because you know
Keep
when
them
a
away from
mommy
Tasha
robot
Yar.
and a daddy
Yes.
robot love each other very much. Sometimes
Was
they
someone
make
there quoting that data guy from Star Trek?
Yeah, the data guy. Yeah.
It's not
And the
anything to do
problem
with,
is that they're archaic because they're old robots and they've
it's
finished
not anything
their
to do with Bill Belichick
life.
and a massage parlor, is it?
And you will definitely hear about this. And as I've been going from room to room, one of the things I noticed is many of you don't understand that Tonys are like the Academy Awards for movies. It has to be a movie from this year, right?
Yeah.
It has to be
Yeah.
a play from this year, right? So some of you were talking about plays like Wicked that they've been around forever.
Yeah.
In fact, if the play
That
comes
was neat.
back, it can be a revival, but it has to be new.
So Gail, if you're a new actor, in a play or actress, you're shut out. You can't get the award for the person in it.
No, you can, but it has to be a new play that you're in. If you're in a play that's been around for 5 years, that play can't win anything.
No, not the play. I'm talking about the
Well, the
actor.
people in it
Somebody
can't win
replaces
it.
the role, so nobody in that play can win for anything. Interesting.
Right. It has to be new, just like
Does
you
not
can't
seem
give an
fair.
Academy Award to a movie from 20 years ago.
Well, not about all right.
That's not what he means
There's a
exactly.
difference there. But okay.
If you acted in the play this past year, then you could be nominated, right?
No.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
If you
That's
act
not
in a
what-
play
just
in
like-
one of
This
the
year-
categories that are there, or you did any of the many other things. I only did one on costume, 2 questions on costume design, but they give before the Tony Awards themselves that ran for 3 hours in the evening. Before that happened on Saturday, there was they called it the Act One, and it was all what they call minor awards. That was a separate program done on a smaller network.
Has to be a new play.
And the play, the performance or any recognition must be a play that is new that year.
Right. Has to be a play that is new that year.
So yes, she did understand, Norman and Rob. If you're a fabulous actor and you've been in this role for 5 years and you crush all the competition, it does not matter.
That wasn't my question, Karen.
No,
it
that
if
wasn't
you've been
his
in the play 5 years.
question.
A new person joins the play. In the
It
fifth
doesn't
year.
matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It has to be in a new play.
It has to be in a new play.
The play has to be
not
new.
the actor.
The play has to be new this year during the year that the performance has to be, the actor has to be new, and the play has to be new.
Okay, move on. We're on question 1.
Question
Come on.
2.
Okay.
Let's act like
Continuing. Question 2. Good night and good luck. And many of you noticed that if you got a correct answer on a later question, good night and good luck was not a musical. That's why I made the statement about musical.
Good night and good luck to you.
But the other 4 were the plays
Catcher's tune.
that maybe was competing with. So those were the 5 plays this year that were nominated.
5 musicals.
That becomes her you've all heard of because of the movie, right? That they did as a
I
play.
thought Bruce Willis was retired. He's not in the play. He's not in the musical.
Which one?
It said Bruce Willis is not in the Broadway musical.
Right. Yes, that's the movie poster.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a new performance, and it's a new script, and it has new music. Okay, but one of the things that it's been criticized for is being too close to the movie. Movies have become plays, and plays have become movies consistently through history. But we're now doing many more movies becoming plays since Disney has done it so successfully. And Operation Mincemeat was not supposed to be a success at all. It is an enactment of a real event that happened during World War II with spies, and it's supposed to be a comedy. And they were hoping it would run for a while, and it was nominated for a Tony, so it's going to be around for a very long while.
There will never be a psychic sting called Operation Mincemeat. Just saying. I'm not eating it.
Okay, question 3. Sunset Boulevard.
Oh.
And part of the reason that those of us who pay attention to this stuff thought it would be there was Sunset Boulevard, when it was a new play, did not win because it lost to extraordinarily important competition. And I think people felt nostalgic for the original play. And when they revived it, it was very much a popular, because remember, this was done by voters, and that was not a surprise to anyone. Question 4, Maybe Happy Endings
wasn't it?
Also won for the actor. He had to act like a robot but act human at the same time, and we saw excerpts from him. He was just wonderful. It won about 5 Tonys for different things. But those were the 2 that fall in love. And he is one of the producers. 5 Falls. She did not win it, and nobody knows whether people were influenced by the controversy because it was just before the Tonys, but maybe not. But Sunset Boulevard was very popular because of what I just said, because people were unhappy that it didn't win because of the competition it had, because they're only available for 1 year. But since it's a revival and a brand new version, and it's Andrew Lloyd Webber, it won for that. And she won.
Gail?
Yeah.
What role did she play in Sunset Boulevard? The winner.
The main character?
Norma Desmond.
She played the
Norma Desmond.
Oh, she played Norma.
And number 6, I assume both Karl and Stephen got this right.
Oh, this is the place you took me to. This is Forest.
Extraordinarily, they did a whole, in the Act 1, they did a whole 10 minutes about the Mooney. And if you want to see it, you can still see the broadcast of that. I think I don't remember what channel it's on, but it's on. It's still being streamed.
A lot of those trees are gone now.
Yeah, Stephen drove us through that. You can see our car driving right now through that, because that was where all the tornado went through this. It's called the Forest. The
Forest Park, the Munian Forest Park.
Yeah, it was devastated in there.
I knew it was important, but I just happened to be sitting. We went as a group to see this at our Ollie program, and I happened to be sitting near a person who was originally from St. Louis. And when she saw that, she got so excited. She said, "Everybody in St. Louis knows this." So I knew Carlos Stephen would know. It's a very important part of the city.
And there's actually a few weeks of the year where the weather is okay to actually be in an outdoor theater.
Okay, 7. I think most of you got that. Harvey Firestein. He was known for Torchstein's trilogy, which was his first win, but he is also known for doing the Kaja Fall. When many years ago, when I was at a conference for gay people, he was the speaker, and it was just before La Cage appeared on Broadway, and he decided to pick that event, this national conference on gay issues, and he used that to say that we have a play on Broadway. It was a very big deal back then, and he was told to be quiet about his homosexuality, and you notice how well he did that.
Well done, Kevin.
Good job, Kevin, and nice citation from Wikipedia. You know you can trust that.
And he's managed to hit all of the political notes, right? Not only did he produce 2 plays about gay people, gay men, but he also did it about transsexual, because Edna Turnblad in Hairspray is always played by a man, and he played that part also on Broadway.
Yeah, I confused him with Harvey Weinstein, and I was like, why are they giving him one? He's in jail. And then, it's a different guy.
Okay, this is the costume design, and this is pictures from the 2 plays, Death Becomes Her or The Picture of Dorian Gray. And if you think about it, I've seen some videos. I haven't seen it in person yet. But if you know the movie Death Becomes Her, and you know that they had to do movie tricks to show people with holes in the middle of their body, right? They managed to figure out ways to do that in a live theater.
The sound of that scene has gone viral everywhere. That was
Cynthia Erivo. I know you probably didn't know her. If you get very close to her name, if you knew who it was and you got the Cynthia
We got
part.
Cynthia's and we put
Yes.
Enya.
If you get close, you got
We got it.
the short name starting with an ER, maybe. You decide if you think you knew it.
You
Okay,
know,
but
people-
she did it, and many people knew she was on Colbert's program talking about it. Just
People
before
who
she
have
was
played
on.
that part in the Wicked movie are known for having their names mispronounced.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
Well, no, the woman who played the part she played in
Idina
Wicked,
Menzel.
Idina Menzel, was notoriously had her name mispronounced by John Travolta at the Oscars one year.
Right.
Adele Dazeem.
Okay, question 10 is true. And it was a very big deal. It is the highest grossing play, not musical, but play of all time. And it was the first time they ever showed a play live on Broadway. They actually had 20 cameras showing the play. You see it better than the audience that was actually there. But it did close the next day. Very topical play, if you don't know it. It's very similar to the movie of the same name. And then finally, the one that I thought was going to be hard and wasn't as hard as I thought. It was, Patti LuPone was in a quiet two-woman play called The Roommate. It is in the same theater that shares a wall. So it was the same theater, but it was a wall between the two theaters in the same building, and they have the same name. And she was in, there were only two women in the play, the whole play, and it's a very quiet play. And right next to her was the jukebox musical Hell's Kitchen, which was a very loud play. And she made the mistake not only of asking them to lower it because the people watching her two-person quiet play could hear what was happening next door through the wall, but she didn't follow the usual procedures. She didn't ask the appropriate person that she should have known better after being in theater forever. She asked the wrong person, and that started the controversy. And fortunately, it got resolved, but it blew up all over the place.
Oh,
and
good God.
Patti LuPone made some comments about the women, and then Audra McDonald went to her support. And there's absolutely no evidence that Patti LuPone is racist in any way, but it started being interpreted that way and used that way, and they have worked it out. But it just showed what happened in our world. This was an ordinary event. It was easily solvable, and it got totally out of control as they were yelling at each other, and the media got hold of it and had them really making a big fuss about it. So anything that said that you understood that it was this entire controversy, which might have affected the Tonys, was over lowering the sound in the other room, in the other theater, other half of the theater.
Good job. We should have known you would have done Tony's.
Okay, here's another.
I think if you know me, you should have known.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wasn't paying
So
attention.
here's a Patti LuPone trivia question. What young Hollywood actress stayed with Patti LuPone while she was in New York doing her own off-Broadway show? The two actresses met each other when they were working on a Marvel project together.
I don't know who Patti LuPone is.
She's a well-known Broadway.
She was in Evita way back when, yeah.
I remember hearing this fact on, I think it was Go Fact Yourself. But
It wasn't Kirsten Stewart, was it?
No.
It wasn't Madonna, was it? Because
No,
she was.
it was Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey Plaza did
Love her.
Did an off-Broadway show a couple of years ago, and while she was in New York doing that, she roommated with Patti LuPone. They were both in that what the hell, the Agatha All Along Marvel TV show. They were
So
witches.
Karen has put a link in the chat if you are interested of Nicole
Schlesinger.
Scherzinger. There's a Z in it. Scherzinger.
It's a beautiful. It's a beautiful performance. She's singing on Stephen Colbert. It's a beautiful performance, and you'll see why she won. The way she emotes is in her
She's
voice.
actually a spectacular singer. She also sings Phantom of the Opera too on a YouTube video with Andrew Lloyd
She
Webber
was like
there.
a pop singer, you guys, and
She's a pop singer, but she's got a spectacular
people
voice, though.
people doubted her in this, and
Yeah.
she's like so friggin' fabulous.
Okay, before we get to scores and I show you
Gail,
the screen,
could you post the answers in the chat, please?
Yep.
I need 2 players to do a round next week. I have Kevin, and then Jamie's doing a bonus. Do I have somebody who will take a roll on next week?
I think I can do one.
Thank you, Mono. Who else? Okay, I'll guilt somebody in a minute. So, so start thinking about it. You guys all are supposed to have these things written way in advance so we can always have something ready. Okay, so here's the scores for round 3. We are really close, 14, 15, 15, and 17. So wars and rumors and wars of wars. The end times are now really nigh.
6.
Okay. All right. All right, team names. Guys, focus.
7.
There are silent K's in Knight and Knickerbocker, but 3 in Republican.
7.
Jeez. All right. Last but not least, Jewish people joined the La protest by throwing Mazatov cocktails.
We got 10.
No way.
Somebody
Oh,
pays
man.
attention to things.
Somebody's watching their Tonys. Okay, so last up, it's Rob Palmer. Let's end the game.
All right, guys, I gotta. It's getting late here, so I
Bye,
gotta.
Mike.
Thanks. Good to see
Let's say
everyone.
hi to the View crew.
I'll say hello to
All those people on
night.
woofy in them.
All right. Good night. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so do people realize what this has been in my background?
It is a YouTube 100,000.
Very good. Very good. It is YouTube.
Do I get a point?
My category is my video interviews, and I'm very happy to have Stephen up there, and you will be on the team. So we'll see how good you do. Here is the rules. Since July 22, I have had 52 video interviews with 47 individuals published by
Wow.
CFI, in fact, on YouTube. All but 2 were for CFI, by the way. So what you have to do is name 10 of my 52 interview subjects. And I'm going to give a bonus here.
Do we get to do mono rules?
Bonus is name either of the 2 people I interviewed 3 times on video. And yes, you just spoiled it. Mono rules.
Yes.
Someone has to explain to Stephen what that is. Maybe Mono should do it.
Mono might not know what it is.
I didn't
It's
realize
been a while.
when I did that it would become sort of a thing.
A thing. It is.
You're a thing, Mono.
Okay, so the rules are each group comes up with this list, but you only get a point if the answer on the list is not also an answer on somebody else's list.
That's correct.
So if you get 10 right and another group gets the same 10 right, you get a score of 0. So you have to try and guess those names which the other people are unlikely to guess.
So it's strategy also in addition to knowing it.
And another strategy is to try and guess something that you think is so obvious that everyone will guess, and everybody thinks the same way and nobody guesses it.
That happens.
We've done this several times on fellows of CSI. So that's why we know our fellows so well, because we've done this.
Yeah, there were 4 or 5 here, and we said, "Oh, should we put them? Everyone knows they're a fellow." Yeah.
This sounds like the Princess Bride, where they're trying to switch the poison drinks around. He's
A little bit. It's fun. It's fun. Everybody hates it, but I love mono rolls.
All right, go to your room.
It's always low scores. Horrible.
Go to your room.
All right. I am so excited to be in your room for this round. This is going to be fun. So
Do you have all the answers?
yeah, Steve and I travel from room to room. That's my job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spicy
Okay.
Rob. So I'm
I'm
here.
glad we have you for this one.
You what?
I'm glad we have you for this one.
Oh yeah, right. I love strategy. This is fun. Okay, does somebody want to make a list?
Or you need a scribe? We could probably do it. We're on Brandy's computer, though. I don't know how to navigate.
Well, I can write it down on a piece of paper.
All right.
You guys haven't been doing what's it called? Screenshot. Okay, so we know he's had Q on 3 times, I think, right? What's his name?
Yeah.
Wait, what is it?
No, John Delancey.
John Delancey.
John Delancey. Yeah.
Oh, cute. Okay.
He's had him on, right? At least 3 times. He's had has he had Manicheck? He's had
Which channel was this for?
It's for this Skeptical
His YouTube
presents like a
No, but he's got several because he also does interviews on different things.
He says all of
For
them.
Skeptical Inquirer.
Yeah.
You said? Okay.
For the CFI channel. Okay, he's had Tyson on. Has he?
Melanie Tracy King.
Yeah, Melanie. He's had
You.
Yeah. Twice.
Me.
Kyle, yeah.
Me, I've been on it.
Hup has been on it.
Jaron.
Yeah, he did Jaron.
Yeah.
He's interviewed. I'm just trying to think of something that might be a little more odd.
Michael Mann.
Okay.
What about Adrian?
Yeah,
Oh,
Adrian, yeah.
Adrian. He's had Teller.
Oh, really? Gotta check that out.
But he never says anything.
I thought he did.
I was thinking you were in charge of the team. You just made the rules.
I have no idea any of these. I haven't seen it.
Pick 10 in a minute. Just name people that you can remember who've been on.
Kevin Folta.
Oh yeah. How about Paul Offit? Has he interviewed Offit?
Yeah.
Probably. Also probably Kenny Biddle, right?
Bill Nye.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Nye. Yeah. Oh my God. Has he had Nye on 3 times?
I don't know.
He
I
said
don't think so.
He had Brian Cox on.
Yes.
Did he do Brian Cox?
I don't know.
Yes.
I think he said he did a week or 2 ago.
I think he did.
Okay. Janine follows these pretty closely, so you should know these all, Janine.
Haven't lately.
Well, he's done this over since 2022. He had Mark Edward on.
Good one.
They'll forget that.
Yep.
Any Aussies?
Australian? Has he had
Probably Richard, right?
Saunders?
Yeah, I'm sure he had Richard Saunders. Yeah, I'm sure.
Steve Novella.
Oh yeah, Novella. That's right. Well, did he have him for Skeptical Inquirer Presents? I know he did an interview with him for
the Religion Foundation thingy.
Is that the limitation?
I think they all have to be.
Do they have to be Skeptical Inquirer?
Oh no. It says. Wait. Since 2022, I've had 52
video interviews
with 47 individuals published by CFI and Fact.
So it is
CFI. Recovering from religion does not count.
So, and I think Novella was recovering from religion.
Yeah, so let's take him off. I don't think he's done his first CFI.
I don't think so.
How about Valkyrie? Did he do that for?
I bet he did.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Okay, but I know he did that from the Freedom from Religion or the Recovering from Religion thing too.
I might get those
Andrea
confused.
Love.
Oh yeah. Are we going to put
Yeah,
Valkyrie
he's
on or
done
not?
everyone from the SciCon, right?
He interviewed
A lot.
everybody before SciCon.
So then he
Or
would have
speakers.
done
Not
Forrest.
everybody, but
A lot
quite
of
a
them.
few. A lot. I don't think he did Rainey.
Did he do the guy who did what was the guy Timmons, or the guy who did the book on
Daniel Simons.
Simons, Simons, I think, or something like that. So the rule is, if we look around us and you don't touch anything, so I'm looking at the books on my shelves.
I'm in the wrong room.
He never interviewed Tanner Eads. I'm looking, I see his book right there. Oh, Bartholomew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, should we start whittling this down or what?
How many do you have?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
He
13,
did
14,
Japan.
17, 18, 19, 20. I've got
Not
20.
just Teller. He's
So
done Japan.
should we go with the strategy that we think that Nye and John Delancey are going to be obvious? And take
But that would be
me-
for the bonus. Would that be for the
Yeah.
bonus ones? Like
Yeah,
John
for the
Delancey?
bonus, I don't think the bonus is gonna, if there's only 2, the bonus won't be under mono rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we take the people like Hup, myself, and Kyle off, I mean, because those are kind of obvious, or should we play with leave them on because they are obvious?
I think I'm less obvious.
Okay, I am obvious, and Steven's probably obvious because we're sitting right here. So let's take me off, and let's take him off. Should we take Tyson off?
We should put
But what if
Cat
everybody?
on.
But what if
he had
everybody
Cat
else is going
on.
to take Tyson off?
Okay,
Why
Cat.
don't we go the other route to pick 10 who are more obscure?
Okay,
I would go with Bartholomew,
yes.
Daniel Simmons,
Okay.
Andrea Love, Jared,
Adrian? How about Adrian?
Adrian,
They'll forget that.
Kat,
5. That's 5.
Melanie.
Are we sure he's interviewed her for Skeptical Inquirer Presents?
I know she was on there, but I don't remember who interviewed her. But I know she was on there.
Do Kevin Folta.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark?
What about, like, did he interview Daniel Loxton?
Oh,
I don't think he did. Rob didn't.
I don't know.
Did he? I remember hearing.
It's just something another group's not going to as easily come
That's
up
true,
with.
but somebody interviewed Daniel Loxton for something. I remember listening to it, but I don't think it was Skeptical Inquirer. Stephen, what do you think? You're being quiet.
I don't think Loxton. I wouldn't think he did Loxton. Not since 2022.
What do you think of having Mark on there? And did he do Skeptical Inquirer Presents with him? I don't think so. I think it was
Well, it's not Skeptical Inquirer Presents. That's a separate.
Oh, and this is the interviews that he did for.
The FI are fat.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't think he did that with Mark. I think no. He did one for Mark with Fat, I think. I know he interviewed him. Okay, so I've got Andrea Love, Daniel Simons, Robert Bartholomew, Kat McLeod, Kevin Folta, Adrian Hill. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Jared.
Let's put Jaron 7.
Darren.
Even
Jaron.
though
3 more.
Valkai.
Seems like that would be a.
What about Mr. Deity?
Oh, good one.
All right, that's 8.
Dalton is his name. Brian
Yeah.
Keith Dalton. Good. The problem is he's done so many different interviews over so many different places.
Yeah.
It's a different platform.
Okay, let's put Kyle. You sure you did one for this, right?
That's the thing. I know he interviewed me. I don't know the whole distinction of exactly what it's for, but I think, yeah, probably.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Put
5,
me.
6, 7,
Maybe
8,
put
9.
Ross.
Did he ever interview Ross?
I mean, stands to reason.
I don't think he has.
Huh.
Shoot, I don't know.
Teller.
That quiet.
Oh, yeah, put Teller, actually. That's a good one.
What did he say? What did the note just came up? It said mono rules do not apply to what?
The bonus.
The bonus.
So what's the bonus?
The people he interviewed 3 times.
Oh, so Delancey. Did he say how many people?
We have 10.
Name either of the 2 people he interviewed 3 times on video.
Okay, so the bonus would be Delancey or Nye or Tyson.
No, Delancey. I think so.
Okay, so that's the one he's done 3 times. Okay, so we're gonna say
Let's put Michael Mann over Kyle.
Because Kyle's
sitting right in front of us, and so
Kyle's
he
done
comes
so
to mind
many.
real fast.
Michael Mann. Okay.
I don't
Not
know.
meaning to diminish you, Kyle, but
Okay, so who's writing these down? Because we need one spokesperson. I don't want to be it. We'll make Hup do it. Okay, so write these down, Stephen.
All right. Sam.
Okay, here's
I
our
think
10.
I have them written down if you want me to
All right.
do it.
Yeah, let Janine do it.
Okay, Janine. So Jaron,
Michael Mann, Adrian Teller, Kevin Folta, Mr. Deity, who's Dalton, Cat McLeod, Bartholomew, Daniel Simmons, and Andrea Love. Is that correct?
That's what I got.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10.
And Delancey is the bonus.
And Delancey's a bonus.
And Delancey's a bonus. Yeah.
And I was just going to throw out, are there any not particularly well-known people he might have interviewed from other countries?
It's hard to say.
I go for the
He's
obscure.
usually interviewing speakers.
I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It's speakers mainly.
Got it.
Well, these would be probably unknown to a lot of places, but in our community, they're kind of.
But at this trivia night.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm really curious about this list.
The guy from India, but I
couldn't.
Oh
tell
yeah,
if
yeah.
he-
Abhijit.
Abhijit Chandra. Should we put him on?
So who do we replace?
Jaron.
Okay.
Good idea.
Okay, so as Peggy said in the breakout room, this is just for me to see who's actually paying attention to Skeptical Choir and anything that we do there. All right, so let's see. Let's do this the way we typically do the mono rules one, which is Joanne will call the team names, and the leader from that team will read them. I will say yes or no. And then the leader from the other teams will only make a comment if they also have the same name.
Otherwise, it's a free-for-all. So I want to make sure everybody has a team person. On the team I was on, it's Janine. Who's the team leader on team 1, the Jewish people one?
Me, Faith.
Okay, how about who's the team leader on the team name guys?
That'll be me.
Okay, then the KKK people.
I'll do it.
Okay. So we're going to start with the lowest score, which is Wars and Rumors of Wars. That's you, Janine. So read them off slow, and then Rob's going to let you know first if it's a person he's interviewed.
Adrian Hill.
Yes.
We've got that.
Yep.
Okay.
No
Michael
points for-
Mann.
no points for Adrian Hill. Say again?
Michael Mann.
No, I have not. Actually, I tried to interview him at SciCon, let's see, not this last time, I think it was 3 years ago, for the Skeptic Zone. And as I was asking him the second question, Barry Carr said, "This is an emergency. Come with me, Michael." And that was the end of
Oh
it.
no.
So I never even made it to the Skeptic Zone. No, I have never interviewed Michael Mann.
Oh. Teller.
Yes.
We have that.
Oh, wait, what?
Wait a minute. What? Oh, yeah.
You booger.
Okay. Kevin Folta.
Kevin Folta, in fact, was a yes.
A point.
Anybody else?
Yay,
so
a point.
happy that we're
I'll
doing
tell
mono
Kevin.
rules.
I'll tell Kevin you got us a point for trivia this week.
And his second to the last podcast on the bird flu was interesting. Andrea Love.
Yes.
We have her.
Okay. Daniel Simons.
Yes.
Yay.
Point. There's a point. All right.
Okay. Robert Bartholomew.
Yes.
We have him.
No point.
Okay. Cat McLeod.
No.
Really?
Thought she had.
Okay. Mr. Deity.
Yes. Brian Keith Dalton. I'll take that. Anybody else? Another point?
Okay. And okay, somebody has to help me with this
Abhijit.
name.
Abhijit Chandra.
Abhijit.
Very good. Yes. I didn't think anybody would write him down.
I
We got it at the last
couldn't
second.
spell it.
Paul said, "Is he interviewed somebody who's like from another country?" And then Kyle said at the last minute, "How about the guy from India?" I'm like, Abhijit.
Apparently, Kyle says it was Karl who said that.
Nobody else
Okay,
but
and-
Abhijit?
So we have four.
Okay.
And the bonus. Do you want to give the bonus?
I'll do the bonus after we're all done.
Okay. Okay, so the next team is let's go with the KKK group.
Okay.
See what you picked your name to be the KKK group. Is that what
Yeah,
you really
exactly.
want?
Yeah, that's what we wanted. All right. Number one on our list, John Delancey.
Yes.
We have that.
We have that as
I
well.
figured. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes.
We have that as well.
Bill Nye.
Yes. Sounds like a point.
Yay.
Wow.
Kyle.
Yes.
We have that.
Oh.
We took him off at the last
Took
minute.
him off
How
at
dare
the last
you.
minute.
Richard Saunders.
Yes.
Anyone? Bueller?
We were gonna we decided
Point.
not to put him on the list.
Point.
Forrest Valkai. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
We have that.
Oh.
Okay. Steven Novella.
No.
Dun dun dun.
Because you interviewed him for RFR.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't count the stuff we've been doing for R4X. That's true.
And our last name is Melanie.
Yes.
We have that.
Oh. Fired.
Okay, keep track of how many points you have. Don't say it out loud because I want it to be a surprise.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's
then-
easy. There's not many to count.
All right, team name, guys.
Okay. Susan Gerbic.
Yes. Nobody else put Susan.
We took me off because we thought it'd be obvious.
Arden Hart.
Yeah, everybody was with Susan.
What was that?
Arden Hart.
No.
Who?
No.
What did you say, Avi?
On RFRX, I was a co-host when we interviewed her, but not for.
Yeah, but wasn't sure if you'd also do that.
No.
Who?
Jaron Campanella.
Yes.
We have him.
We took him off our list too.
Good call, team.
We really picked the unusual ones, we thought.
Penn Jillette.
Yes. Nobody? Point.
Yay.
Oh, we should have went with Penn instead of Teller. Oh.
Mick West.
Mick West, in fact, was a yes, I did do Mick West.
Oh, I didn't.
We have Mick as well.
Oh.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, keep that in mind. All right. So the last team who's been in the lead, let's find out if the Jewish people, their Mazel Tov cocktails, how they did.
Natalie Pasternak.
Yes,
Good
Natalia,
guess.
but close
Rita
enough.
Raphael.
Rena, I did, in fact, this year. Yes.
And Brian Dunning.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, so go for the bonus.
all right. So the bonus was the two people that I interviewed three separate times. One was Robert Bartholomew for Havana Syndrome Fact or Fiction, Iranian Schoolgirls Gas Attacks in Havana Syndrome, a conversation with Robert Bartholomew, and The Christmas Drone Invasion, What is Going On? That was with Dunning, Radford, and Bartholomew. So Robert Bartholomew is one possible answer. Did anybody get that?
No.
Nope. Okay. Second answer was Susan Garbick.
That's
No.
where you put Susan.
I haven't been on 3 times with you.
Anticipating PsyCon 2022, an interview with Susan Garbick. The UFO Conspiracies on Wikipedia Claim, a conversation with Susan Garbick. And anticipating PsyCon 2024, Everything They Don't Want You to Know with Susan Garbick.
Ooh.
So that means you've only
We said John Delancey.
Yeah, you've only interviewed him like twice, right?
And only once was on video.
Okay.
So,
Susan.
You're a bonus answer.
you did it. I'm never going to let you
So
forget
much for
that.
Susan's claims of pick answers, questions she
Right.
should know.
For
the
things
answers
I
to.
should know when I am on your team.
Let's
And then
see who
you're
won
the
this
answer
game.
and you didn't say it.
I just go where that people are told. Anybody who's traveled with me, they know Susan. They say, Susan, we're picking you up in the car at 7:00. Be in the lobby at 7:00. I'm in the lobby at 6:58. I'm there.
All right. I'm putting all the
You just take me
answers.
places, podcasts, whatever.
Oh, nobody picked Kenny.
Yep.
But Kenny was our bonus answer.
We
about
thought
Kenny.
people were going to say Dawkins.
I thought about Massimo too.
I thought about Banachek.
Wow.
Our strategy of saving Susan for the bonus was good, though.
Did
that
you
one was
pick
no
me
mine.
for bonus?
Yes.
Yeah. We picked you for, we specifically left you out of our 10 because we figured someone else would guess you. But we're like, oh, she's probably one who's been interviewed multiple times. So we put you for the bonus. So thanks, Susan. You gave us a point.
She didn't seem to think so for her own team.
Oops.
I didn't help her team.
It's her goal to not help the team. So.
True. That is true. My goal is to not help the team. Okay, so before I show the scores, I need another person for trivia, and you better stop moving. If I see your hand that's even elevated even slightly, you're going to get volunteered. And don't worry, Stephen, you can't do a category until you've been here 5 times. So don't worry, you're good. Alan, you look like you're waving your hands around up there. Janine?
In Mono, their hands are visible.
Mono's already volunteered. Thank you. So I have Mono, I have Kevin, and Jamie's doing bonus. Alan?
I already have a category ready, Susan, if nobody else wants to
I
do it.
know, I'm just looking. Avi? All right, Gail, you're up.
Yay! She does good categories.
Well, she does, but I'm trying to force everybody else to do one every few weeks. All right, good job. Let's go over to scores. Okay, bye. Good night. All right.
So the weird thing, by the way, was when I was looking at my own team then, there were 3 people who were on that list on the team.
We decided to take, we took Kyle
against them
and myself off because we
I think
would be obvious.
I think we're going to be fine. I think our team's going to be fine.
All right, so this team, Janine, the one I'm pointing to now, Wars and Rumors of Wars, had 4, right?
4. We had 4.
Okay, so we are almost in the lead. Stop that. Stop that.
Almost.
Almost. Okay, all right. Team names, guys. Focus.
2.
2. Wow. Okay, the KKK people.
We're
3.
still almost in the lead.
Wow. Okay, the Jewish people.
We got 3.
Oh my God. Dang, that's the kind of score I like there. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's like
Perfect 3.
perfect. Just how I like trivia to run really, really, really badly. I
So
love
is
it.
this why you didn't put yourself down for the
No,
bonus?
no, I did.
So Stephen doesn't know this. Susan's the only one who likes low scores.
Because I think.
Well, I appreciate that the mean, the mode, and the median are all the same in this one.
Well, the reason why is because these guys have been together for five years, 272 games. You know how many questions that is? Somebody knows. And you know what? The answer is 10,823 questions. 10,000 questions.
Except some questions have been asked more than once.
Not Avi.
Good night.
So my point is, you guys are really good at this. So make them difficult, because you guys rock.
I think I once asked the same question in 3 different trivia rounds until somebody finally got the right answer.
Right. And we don't know what's difficult. We could think we're doing a difficult category, but guess what? People are smart and know about a lot of different things.
Well, I'm impressed how well you guys knew the interviews that Rob had done. I mean, you guys were on it. I was really impressed. You're obviously paying attention to after our what is it called? After our break, when you come back and you say what's been new. You're obviously paying attention. That was really great. So,
Obviously not to Tony Awards.
sorry, Gail. Sorry, Gail. But there was an average score of 7.5. Okay, Stephen, putting you on the what'd you think?
This was a lot of fun. I'll be back.
Yay.
All right.
If you hear
At
5
least-
times, you get to do a category.
I'll come at least 4 more times.
3 more times.
He already has a category.
Yeah, I thank you so much. And Gerald, did you have a good time too? I know it's your second time here, but I wasn't here the first time you were here.
Absolutely.
What part of it do you like? Sideways cat.
I just like the being able to fill in if nobody else kind of knows about a specific thing. And I appreciate being on a team where mostly I can just stay quiet because they know it all. It's great.
Well, you know, these categories can get really weird and some really strange stuff. So the day that we think we know, it could be about cereal brands or something in the next week, and you never know. Everybody gets at some point, if you play enough games, you will find at some point you are the expert, which is really kind of cool. Okay, so if anybody wants to stay and talk about the Sting, there's going to be spoilers. So if you want to stay, and that's fine, I'll talk about it off record. But if not, I'll see you guys off.
I'd like to hear something.
Okay.
Thanks for letting me join. I'm